of fun, everybody now. Welcome to the Lion's Den. Welcome to the house of fun, everybody now. Welcome to the house. Did it, did it, did it, down, everybody now. Welcome to the house of fun. Welcome to the Lion's Den, everybody now. Kimmy B. Yeah, we're okay. My eyes have been a bit sore. Another pup, weaning and that. You give me face, got a bit of a rash. I think it's off the pup. Yeah, but I thought it was a bit of bacon, a bit of rash. It's all the bacon you mate. Cold today. Noses run, eyes are run. Just had to get the hoovers out and then get the another carpet cleaner out. Yeah, with the weed on the floor and that, because he's got his little pads. He's been doing well, but it fucking kills my eyes. Imagine if I slept in fucking tinfoil's bed. I'd be fucking sneezing and pouring and fucking crying and everything. Fucking welcome to the house of piss, everybody now. Welcome to the pissy bed. Fucking hell. Welcome to the house of piss, everybody now. Welcome to the house of piss. There he's pissed the bed today. Pissed the bus yesterday. It's the same old thing every day. Welcome to the house of piss, everybody now. To me, be fucking disgusting. You just wouldn't drink that much, would you? You just think, wait a minute, if I drink too much, I'm going to weed the bed. If I'm going to take too many times, I'm going to weed the bed. You just think to yourself, got to be part of it. I've got a kid in the house. He just got no morals, has he? He's fucking seen the state of it. Somebody said, "Oh, did you watch such and such?" I don't watch Takagi. I don't watch him. Tinfoil. Don't watch anything they do. I won't give them any credence by watching their stuff. I leave them comment on the stuff. I don't even do nothing. Just somebody says something, they'll say something about what it's like, and I'll just mention it then. I don't watch anything like that, to give them any points. They talk to themselves, don't they? They answer themselves back. So the film's out now. The film what I made. Obviously, Tinfoil's been putting all these audible. What a load of shit this film is. It's fucking garbage from the start to the end. Absolute worst acting ever. Absolute worst. We all know it's you, Tinfoil, and everyone knows in the film game it's you. Just a fucking crank. An absolute crank. Every single person who does out can't stand it. He has to, because he can't do a move and he can't do anything. He has to try and put other people down. That's what he does. He sits there looking for things and making these stuff. Trevor, Tony Cosworth, we know that's you, silly cunt. We know Tony Cosworth's you fucking little balloon. Pissy bed. Up and away. Piss the bed. Day 45 on 3 thumbs up. Don't forget to push like buttons, guys. Yeah, so yeah, so we might talk about the doors, a little bit about the doors, a bit about prisons and stuff. People asking about, so you got any prison stories and stuff? Got loads and loads of stories. Loads. So me and Cookie used to work at the door for John Black. We worked in downtown on the front, in the front town centre, and we worked on Chaplains. We worked in the centre. We worked in the waterfront, which is on the waterfront. So Stockton. We worked in Eleanor Rigby's. And the other one was down. I can't remember what it was called. The other one was called Eleanor Rigby's. One was a big night out. That was a big night out. That was in Billingham. We did another pub in Billingham. It was called the Picture House. Tony Stubbs that worked. Benny McDevitt. All them lot used to work with us. Gary Russell, Little Gunner, Big Steve Corville, John Black. Benny McDevitt was a good lad. On the door with us. I'm trying to think who else was on the door. There's loads. Cookie was a good laugh. Bob Raw, he was a good lad from Peter Lee. We used to have a laugh, so we could do all the doors. And we used to do Henry Africa's, which ended up being the Coliseum, which ended up being the rave club. I used to work with Ernie Buick. And so we worked on the doors, so we'd have trouble at this door, whatever. Anyway, me and Cookie, before we did all that, we used to work at Redcar, on the doors of Redcar before I met John. I was about 20 years old when I first started working. And I worked in Leo's. When I first got the job, I went down, it was about I can't remember what the year it was now, but I went down, I was about 20-year-old, and he asked for a job because I could do the money working. So I got a little flat there. I moved in my Uncle Tam's, TAM, McGivern. By the way, my Uncle Frank, I hope you get better. He's just had a stroke. Love you all the world. You'll get there, keep fighting. And so I trained on the weights at home when I was 13. I went to the gym. Mr. Stoves was the gym. Oh yeah, I was in the captain of the football team and we won the cup and everything. But he's still got that. Just when we won the cup, it was in the paper and everything. So we went to me and Cookies. I went to Redcar. But when I went to Redcar, I joined a proper gym called the Chapel Gym. It's called the Chapel Gym because it used to be a church, so they'd made it into a gym. It was just like a little bungalow. So we went in there, and it was rough. Like, you know, Rocky when he's in the first film, and then he goes to the second film, or the third one. I'm not sure if it's the second or third, but he goes and it's dead rough, and it's all water leaking and stuff like that. It was a bit like that gym. And Anthony Berg got the door, ex-army lad. So I got a job on the door there. So I got £25 a week, working in the gym as a training instructor. And he used to get me free membership, which is like a £5 a week. So that was like 30 quid I was making. And I used to work on the race course. So the race course was right next to the gym. So get up in the morning, about 5 o'clock, go down the race course, get there, and you have to get picked to see if you could go. So the man used to always pick me. But he picked me for 2 jobs. So there was one where you park the cars, you get in there about 6 in the morning, you come back about, you stay there, so 6 till about 10, you get paid for 4 hours. So you park in the cars, letting people come in, and the cars get parked and everything. And then that's you paid, and the bloke comes over and pays you, say a tenner or something, whatever it is, 15 quid or something. So you're talking, fucking hell, when I was 20-year-old, I'm fucking 60, nearly 40 years ago. So we worked on there, but he said, I want you to stay, so I want you to do the camera. But he said, before to finish, what does that mean? So on the race course, it was like buildings. There was one big building. Then there was another building next to it. So I had to go up the ladders to this building, and then you'd walk across the roof on it. There was another set of ladders at the top of there, and there was at the very top of there was a man with a photo camera for the photo finishes. So I had to run right across the race course. But it was obviously there's no horses on the road in the paddock and that. It was safe, and they put like a flag up to let me go. I go across the course, go up this building, the ladders, run across the roof, go up the next building, get the camera thing, whatever it was, photo finished, and take it back to the man on the other side, and I'd be finished. So I'd have to wait for another race for another hour or something. The next race would be, and I'd be doing that. So I'd be working then from 6 in the morning and I'd do the both jobs. So he used to give me 18 quid a day. So it was like 18 quid. Even now, it's still fucking quite good money for the young lad. 18 quid a day, just fucking doing that. So I used to finish about 5 o'clock when the last race was on. You know, Redcar race course is one of the only race courses. It's a mile long. I think it's only. I'm not sure if it's only one or two, one or two. It's a mile long, the race course. So I used to finish there about 5 or something. Come out of there, but he used to let me go and get me dinner and all that shit. It was all right. The man, he was nice. Just bring a bait myself, and I'd go to the gym, sit in the gym because the gym was only a couple of streets away from it. So I'd go in the gym, have my food and that, eat my stuff, and then after that I'd go get a shower, in there, go down the town, have a walk around, and go back and put my suit on because it'd be in the gym. Train the lads at 5 o'clock till say 8, half 8. I'd say the lads on the Friday and Saturday, can you do me a favour, lads? Can you lock up? Just put the key under the brick on the side, because I had to be on the door from 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock it was. So I got a job on this door called Leo's. So I went down on the front, seafront. I asked to sit the man, knocked on the door. I went, "Is anyone there?" He went, "What can I help you?" I said, "Is there any jobs going?" He said, "Yeah, there is actually." "When can you start?" I said, "Whenever." He said, "Can you start tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah." So he said, "We'll get a black jacket and a dicky ball, a white shirt. You've got the job." That was it. It's fucking easy as that. So how much do I get? He said, "You get £10 an hour. It's 4 hours a night." So it's 40 quid. No, sorry, £10 a night, sorry. And it's 4 nights a week, so it's 40 quid a week. So it's like 10 a night, 4 hours a night. I think we did 5 hours, so £2 an hour, I think you got. So I went home dead buzzing, yeah, for a job like that, you know. So that was that money, the 40 quid was telling me to get the money for training, because I was wanting to train, keep training. So I was training in the gym, Peter Ayton, it was a bodybuilder, he competed in the shows. And he was like Franco Colombo, and then the other one was called Terry Cooper. I hope you're watching, guys. And them two competed, and they even met Arnold. One of them went to, Terry went to America to train. He used to work at British Steel, but he saved up, went to America for a few weeks and trained there. Loved it. Stop it! He had scratching in the background. Fucking Bobby just stood there watching him. He's fucking useless, he is. So 3 members got mad with him now. So all you have to do is tell the dog. It's like that. Fucking stood there like fucking unbelievable. The dog's scratching all the paint off the fucking door. Unbelievable he is. All he has to do is take the dog for 2 walks a day. That's the only thing he has to do in the house. Nothing else. He can't even fucking do that right. I know it gets on your nerves, but fucking it gets on your nerves sometimes, because you know you having to do every single thing. He'll eat sweets and just throws the paper on the floor. He'll eat like open pack of the biscuits and be all crumbs all over the floor. She's just cleaned up everywhere. Just fucking scruffiest person I've ever known in my life. One picked that one put dirty clothes, just throw them on the floor, dirty underwear, dirty underpants. I mean, just throws them on the floor, dirty socks and everything. And you're like, oh, you know, because you've got mental health problems, but it drives you fucking mental in the end. So anyway, I'm working on it. I got the job, and I met Jeff Robinson, great lad. He lived in the Rose Garden in Redcar on the way to West Dyke Road. So I got to meet him, and I was thinking, I knew how to fight, but I didn't know how to put people out of clubs and things. So I was like a bit nervous, you know, I got the job. So anyway, it was him. It was Big Craig. He was massive. Craig. He was about 6'4", 6'5", about 22 stone, but big fat lad, loved his drink. There was Big Bob. He was about 30 stone, 35 stone, fucking huge. He's a fisherman. He got lead off. He broke his jaw. Anyway, they're on the door with us. And anyway, the fight kicked off, so I went upstairs. I was upstairs working. Sorry, they were downstairs. So the bell would go, dormant to the DJ, or the light would go off, whatever. So dormant to the DJ box. So I'm fighting this lad. He's throwing punches at me, and I'm catching him, getting him, and I've dropped him. He's about 17 stone. I was only, what was that? 14 stone, I think I weighed. Just over 14 stone. Anyway, I've put him down twice, and he's got up and he's fighting me. Anyway, I've grabbed him in the headlock, and I put my hands around his neck like that, and picked him up, got on top of the stairs, and I'm carrying him down the stairs like this. He's going down the stairs, I'm watching the stairs, because I've got my hands like that interlocked, and behind the back of his neck, I'm carrying him. So I used that hole to get loads of people out, because it was in what it was good for. You could get them out without hurting them. You just put your arms throw their arms here, through the back there, and put it over the top and push the head down, carry them out downstairs like that. Like, people said it looked funny as fuck because you're walking on the stairs where you're doing, but I thought it's better than throwing them down the stairs or falling down, getting hurt. So I used to carry them down, saying, "Oh, get out and don't come back." And they'd go. So that's what I used to do most of the time to get them out. Also, you can just walk out, you know, just all right. But, and this lad was like a top fighter in Redcar. He was probably in the top 10 fighters. He went, "See that young lad up there? I had a fight with him last week. He fucking punched me all over." He said, "Fucking that hand speeds are unbelievable." He said, "He's only about 20-year-old. He's going to be the top kid." Yeah. And he was the first one to say it. I've been best friends with him. He's passed away now. He was a good lad. Anyway, I started working the door. Anyway, Christmas time was great because you used to get tips off, you know, the people drunk and that. The lasses would come in and put the stuff in, and lads would come in and people like that. But you start to get to know people, so you let somebody in for out. And they might work, in a cake shop or something. So when you go for the cakes, instead of paying like say £1 for your stuff, you might pay 50 pence. So you get them half price. Then you might meet somebody, like I met a couple when I was in the gym training. I was training like couples were on a Wednesday and Sunday. So train like man and woman, and there'd be like maybe 5 women and 5 men in. And I'd train them because they'd be shy to go on their own, you know, or the husband's jealous, whatever. And I'd train them, and then they'd say, "Oh, do you like eggs?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, I can get your eggs cheap," because I was paying like a lot of money for them. So it was £1 for 30 eggs I was getting. So I used to get 7 trays, 30 eggs a day. I used to eat 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, 10 at night. So it's 30, because they were full. There's 8 grams of protein in each egg. So it's 80 grams of protein, 240 grams of protein a day. Plus then I used to eat on top of that. That's how I got massive, because I kept eating and eating and eating kebabs and every fucking thing. And then I used to come down Station Road, and on the left-hand side, Steve Coogan was a multi-millionaire businessman now. He has his own shops called Psych in Middlesbrough. All the footballers go there and stuff. He had his very first shop then. It was only a little tiny booth, and I bought a pair of these trousers, like pinstripe ones off him, designer ones, and I got them with him. So the man next door was a kebab bloke. He knew me, so he started. I used to buy a kebab every week off him. So he used to give me I used to buy pizza, off him, mixed pizza, and he used to give me a kebab for an hour. So I started to get things out of people because I went on the door, that thing, because I let him in when he come for a drink. Go on, you're all right, you get in. And so I started to get to know people, somebody would be into painting, so you could get the paint off him to do your flat. Somebody went to the wallpaper shop, so you get your wallpaper off him. So you start to get to know people. It was good. Like upbeat couples and stuff like that coming. You get to meet people. It was good. So I went on the door. And then the red casuals, they were little cunts. They were all young lads, like a gang of young lads. Always causing trouble. Got all friends with them now, but they were little cunts. They had to get them out a few times. They couldn't fight fucking sleep, but there was always loads of them. Always drunk, full of fucking drugs and that. So I worked in there, for a while. And I worked with Jeff Robinson. He was a good dog, and little Frankie Atherton. Anyway, the worst time was when we used to have the races on. So you'd have the races on, and the races were a nightmare. The races were alongside you. It's the races today. So when the races were on, when they used to come in the night to the pub, because they'd been out all day drinking in the races. So on the night, the pub, and then I used another one. We said I never bet them. I used to get tips off the jockeys. Don't bet on that one. He'd say they were drunk. Only tiny little jockeys. Don't bet that one. Go and bet that one. Touching £20 each way on that one. I give the tips to my uncles. Sometimes they didn't. Just like that. But a few times they come up. One was called No Bombs. It won like 50 to 1 or something. Somebody put a pound on it for me. I won 50 quid. No Bombs. That was called. Never forget the name of it. I used to go to other race courses and work as well, Doncaster and places like that, York. So just to get money for trading. So I all went on trading. I didn't take drugs, didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't gamble. So anyway, we're on the door, and this fucking big load of people come, and it was this lad, karate lad, and he come. I went, right, this big Craig was there, and big Bob, up 33 stone, and if you can punch me in the stomach, I'm a karate expert, black belt, 7th dan. Punch me in the stomach and hurt me. Well, if I can take the punch off, you all can have a go each. Can we get in for free? It was only £1 to get in. So he went, go on then. Anyway, Craig had a go. That big Bob had a go. Jeff had a go. Went get Brian. CB ups. Anyway, I come out. I said, no, so you're all right, mate. You probably put, no, have a go. So he was a fucking, the Geordie he was, big mouth fucking gobshite. You could have a fight, you could say. So he's going, doing this in his stomach. Yeah, like that squeezing. I think he's dead hard, and all his mates there. There's about fucking 20 out of them or more. Just out the doorway. So it would have cost 20 quid for them all to pay. So he stood there and he's doing that. He's tented up like that. So his abs are rock hard. So I went, bang, right on the fucking chin. I went, boom, bang, hit him on the chin, knocked him clean out. So I knocked him out, and all his fucking mates were all laughing like fuck. All his mates were on the floor, creased laughing. I bet that fucking hurt though, didn't it? And when he woke up, fucking all over the place. And he grabbed me like that. And he went, well, you're out of order there. Do you want to drink? And I don't drink. Anyway, I let him in for fuck all. God, you can all get him for out. And everyone just seen the funny side of it, But yeah, we had some trouble with him because you got a 52-seater bus. So you've got like one gobshite who's clever, but he can't fight. And he has like the big ones, like the big, go on, Big Tom. Yeah, I'll fight him, no problem. You've got one of them type, and you've got one who can fight. So you've got one who can fight, one who's all right, and you've got the gobshite. So if you get the fucking biggest, the one who can fight, and the second one, the rest just run. The first two of the ones and grab the little scruffy cunt who's causing the trouble. No, the shit's there. There's always the shit's there at the front with the mouth. No, like tinfoil, like a tinfoil, little tit like a gobshite. You could beat him, Tom, no, because I had stroke or drunk or something. So you always used to have them ones. But we used to have them fucking, like I said, they come from all over York for the day. And the 52 seat, you've got 50 people come to the fucking door at once. They come in there, and that's when we used to have loads of trouble with them, more than out. A lot of gangs coming through, like motorbike gangs from other places, like 20, 30. Once we had 3,000 mods come to Redcar. It was 1985, I think. and it was a regatta rally or some regatta or something it's called. And if you put in the paper Mill Breathing Gazette, you'll see there's thousands of them all over, mods every fucking where, loads of trouble. And he used to work in the Court and Ball as well. The Court and Ball was the darts where the players used to be, Jockey Wilson, all them lot. Used to work in there. I didn't work with the dart players, but I did function. So I went into Mr. England in 1986 and I came 5th in Mr. England in Gateshead Stadium. And then after that, there was a thing for breast cancer. So there was me, Mark Larry, he won Mr. Britain. George was Mr. Britain, older one. And I was junior, under 21s. And I went in that and I come 5th. So they said, and little Timmy, he's a good lad. So Timmy, we went on stage in that Court and Ball for charity for women's breast cancer. So we went on stage, the posing, and I was the best pose. You know, I was the fucking best. I was there. They needed a thing to get me off the hook. And all the women was going like that with them when they were clapping and running back on stuff, laughing their heads off. So yeah, it was good. We made £3,000 charity for it wasn't in one night. It was over like so many months. £3,000 we made. Then another time we had a charity truck pull. So there was me, George Fawcett again, another couple of lads. So we pulled it from about 2.5 miles. We pulled it. So we had to pull it. I'm in the middle of the Gazette pulling it. I'm at the front of the anchor man. I pulled it all the way. The others were like coming on. I've pulled it I was only 20-year-old, super fit. And I'm pulling the truck, 6-ton truck we pulled for 2.5 miles from Redcassey. When we got to the clock, we had to drive it around because we couldn't pull it around the roundabout. And we pulled it all the way to Dormanstown Club. I think we made about 180 quid for charity, just for children in need. I was always doing charity things, for people, even when I was a young kid. I just helped people out. But we worked on them doors there. So me and Cookie used to work there. Then we worked on Silks, worked in there. And then his sisters had a pub called the Merlin. It's still there now in Mask. Really nice pub. Everyone goes to the Sunday bit dinner in there. It's beautiful. So Gary, who was going out with one of his sisters, Cookie's sister, can you do a job in York? And yeah, of course we can. So it was called the Railway Keys, the pub in York. Now in York, there's 365 pubs. They used to be. I don't know if there's now, might be more. 365 pubs, which is a pub for every day of the year. Fucking chocker, but for the pubs. So that weekend, there was a rugby was on the Sunday, and the Saturday the fucking football was on. So they're all out, still out fucking the next day. All the Leeds football team, it was the playoffs. And then there was a rugby game on at the same time. So they're all the Leeds and fucking people from York all in the town centre. So we've gone down. Cookie took us down. We've gone through the back way because it's all like alleys and everything. We've gone into the pub and there's fucking thousands of them on the front, all these Leeds fans and all that. Anyway, goes to the pub, he opens the door, that's us in. So we get in. It's this big fucking man about 6'6", but like a skinny, like a bag of bones. And he was spitting, he was fucking shouting, bawling, spit like that chip shop, great buy. Yeah. I used to have a kebab. Yeah, it was good all the night. I used to have a pizza first, and I'd have the kebab first, sorry. I'd have the pizza in the microwave in the club, halfway through the night. So anyway, we go to York, we're on the door. Stood there, next minute, this big lad's in the pub. We're already in the pub now, so it's about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. No, about 5 or 6 in the afternoon, sorry. Football had finished. So we stood there, and they're all going, Leeds, and you want to shout them fucking York and all this fun stuff. So there was no problem, but this one started swearing. There was an oldish woman who was 70, a man the same, and like a family of like nice people. I said, stop swearing, there's ladies in here and the young kid. What are you fucking going to do? I said, here mate, I said, I get paid to stop the trouble here. I'm asking you nice, politely, cut the language out. You've got ladies in here and kids don't swear in front of ladies and children. I'm asking you nicely. You wouldn't like if it was your nan or your granddad. Well, what you going to do? Fucking hell, you came over and I stopped you. I said, behave yourself. You went, we behave yourself. We'll try to have a day out here. Like just people having a drink and that. So I told you off. So then, next minute, he comes over again. He throws this like a big daft windmill at me. And I've hit him back. Oh, you bastard, he hit my elbow. I've hit him with this left uppercut. Caught him. And he creased his legs just like buckle like that, like folded in. like a fucking Bambi, like folded in like that, and he hit the floor, and he was in the wall. I thought, fucking, I've killed the cunt here. Anyway, I tried to wake him, couldn't wake him up. Anyway, fucking next minute, someone's ran out. It was because he's with another 4 lads. He's gone out, and he's got his brother, who's a big bodybuilder lad, started coming towards us. Anyway, he started to fight with this lad. I'd thrown a few shots. Could have a fight, you could tell by his body language. So anyway, I've just hit him, fucking dropped him on the floor. The cops have pulled on the fucking horses, and then the fucking vans have pulled up. And the next minute, they've gone in the fucking the Leeds football fans. They've got in the bins, full of bins all over. You see, with the fucking rubbish, and they're throwing bottles, bouncing off the fucking police vans, and hitting the horses and everything. There's a fucking riot in the street now. So they're fighting like fuckers in a fight with this lad, and he's got nicked. The cops have put him in the back of the van. I said, "I'll let him go. He's all right," but the cops nicked him. Anyway, the other ones have. The other 4 come out with him. They're behind me. I'm trying to fight me. I'm throwing them all over the fucking place. Anyway, the cops have grabbed me and tried to put me in the van. The cop went, "No, he's all right. He's helping us." I'm thinking, thank fuck for that. I think he got nicked off the van. I'd been in the van fighting with all them on my own, and I got fucking killed maybe. Anyway, they've come in the horse, and fucking horses, a massive van and fucking horses. They make my eyes shut completely. After at the race course, I went before. I've got to wait away from the horses, because if I go near a horse and it sneezes out, I can't see. My eyes shut completely. Nightmare near horses. So anyway, they said, I said, "Can I just get my jacket?" He said, "I'll do a statement." He went, "Oh, thanks." He said, "Will you follow down the police? Will you come down the police station?" I said, "Oh yeah, we only live in such and such." He told us what to say, Gary. Anyway, goes in the pub, goes out the fucking back, jumps in the fucking car, and boom, straight back to fucking Seaside. Never got nicked out. So Gary said, "Oh, we don't know where they were from. They were just lads from Doncaster that come through for a job, and I just give them a job for the day." So we got off with it. But yeah, he was all right, but his jaw wasn't broken. It was just completely. I think when he hit him, he's obviously been that fucking drunk as well, and he just collapsed. But we used to fucking 2.5 litre one. So we went down there, and it's fucking. I like York. It's nice. The town, brilliant. The cathedral and everything's beautiful. Never no trouble there. He said, "Fucking only time I fucking went, fucking trouble. Football, fucking fans, Leeds, fucking nightmare they were." I was in jail with loads of them. Later on, when I was in jail, we were all right with the type. But yeah, just shows you can go somewhere and you can be nicest place going. It just only takes one person to kick a fucking riot off. Fucking, like the big barrel bins. Picking the bottles out of them, fucking Hoyne bottles, because they used to drink, in them days, they used to drink them. What was it called? Them Grolsch. Remember that Grolsch? Oh, they were a fucking nightmare. We were in Sperrymore. We were in downtown Stockton. So it was a nice pub, really posh people, middle class people. You went in the door, and you could go downstairs. You could go straight across. You could go up. So upstairs was the upstairs bar. So it was a Sunday. Wasn't that busy? Wrecking Cockerill. About 20 other cunts. And the Wrecking Crew were known like football hooligans in Stockton. But they used to go to the football match and Middlesbrough kick off, like say whatever fans were fighting with. There's just wanted trouble. There was about 20 to 25 of them. Most of them were all big. One of them was in there now, Panhead. He just passed away, Basil's brother. Great lad, passed away a couple of days ago. I couldn't get to the funeral, obviously, with the injuries. Great lad, had some great times with him. A really funny lad. He was there when I had a fight with Dave Garside. He was dancing on a little fucking mat, like carpet, a little piece of carpet. And we went all over in the car. He was funny lad, Panhead, really good kid. Another one gone, fucking too many people gone. So anyway, we were in downtown. Me cut me on the door, and the next minute, Big Steve was with us. And we goes upstairs, they're upstairs, and then these fuckers have got in. So we've gone downstairs to sort some trouble out. But I think they deliberately done it. And we went in and grabbed them. So what you used to do and get out, throw them out, 2 lads from the Wrecking Crew, just little lads. But what they used to do is they'd go and cause the chaos say upstairs, and the machine was downstairs for the fags. So it'd be on the wall, because in the old days you put like your money in pound coins. Say, I don't know, fucking much, say a £5 just for fags. And you get your cigarettes back and you change or whatever. So what they used to do is prise it off the wall, take the whole machine and get like a sheet or something and walk out with it so you couldn't see it. And then what they used to do with the one-armed bandits used to go behind the back of it, break it, like the crowbar, and then push them. There's a button you can push and all the money just comes out, and they used to fucking fill the bags up with money. Hundreds and hundreds of pounds in them fruit machines. You know, the ones in the pubs. So they used to do that was their party piece to make money. And then what they used to do is they'd lean over and just grab a crate of beer passed to him. There were like 5 of them. So the lad says 2 lasses arguing in the corner here. These were in the wrecking crew. You can fuck off and be arguing with the doorman. So doormen don't like to hit women or grab them in case they get done for sexual assault and stuff. So you don't want to touch them. You like fucking get away from me type of thing in case you get done. So I'll get the police and all that shit to say. So men are very reluctant to grab hold of women, where men just grab them the fucking headlock and throw them out. So the women are arguing, doing this party piece. But what they're doing, they're passing the crates along the line like that. So everyone's in the pub dead saying now because they're scared of the wreck crew, because they're 20-handed. If you see how it's coming on your house, pull your window through. They're a fucking nightmare. Like proper fucking big lads. Some of them were 6'6". One was 6'6", 20 stone. Smiter. Smiggy was about 6'4", about 18 stone. Gilly was about fucking 6'6", about fucking 18 stone. They were big fucking lads. They weren't divvies. When they all could have a fight. They were all really tough lads. So they would pass the beer, and then they'd have somebody outside, like in a van, and put all the fucking stuff in the bin. Then they'd go to a park or something, pop loads of beer, or they'd go to a house or a party, and have all the crates of beer in the back of the van. They'd have all the cigarettes and all the fucking money. They'd just share the money out and buy drugs with it. Party for fun days, party for a couple of years on the money, hundreds of pounds out of the machines, and that's one of the party pieces. So we were onto them, and then we got the fuckers out. So upstairs, there's one of them. He was biting my mate's chest. So there was at the bar, as you stand at the bar, you've got the rail, haven't you, going round. So my mate has got him in a headlock here. And he's got his hands on here, so he's biting, he's fucking biting my mate's chest, like his tit here, like that, biting him. And so I'm pulling him, going, no, don't pull him, he's biting my chest off, and like that. Like, his tit type of thing. So anyway, I leaned in, I went, bit right through his fucking, he bit his finger off, he's fucking screaming like, fucking, that got him off. And he hit him this left hook, banged him, he fell on the floor. And when them I sussed it then the 2 girls run. I knew they were in it then. So, and then somebody's come behind me, and I've done this move where I've went whack, and hit him in the fucking face. And it was only the fucking poor glass collector. And I grabbed him and threw him over my shoulder. He was a fucking glass collector trying to help me, but couldn't tell from behind. You're right, son. It was all right. It wasn't a bad marks out, but we got them out the pub. But that's what the party piece was. You know, the 2 girls would start fighting, and men didn't touch them, obviously, because they think, sexual assault, or that's what they started playing. You touch me, I'll get you done for sex. That was the party piece. In every pub they do it. So we got brought in. John Black the doorman were brought into Stockton because no one can control them. So I'm on the downtown one night. There's this kid coming in. I said, you're not. I said, you can't come in with trainees, mate. I said, it's going to cost you a £5 to go home and back to come in. I said, it costs £2 to get in. I said, so it's costing you £3. I said, I'll let you in for out. I said, you and your mates, I'll let you in for out. So, because two of them had trained, so it cost them a tenner for the taxi down back. So it would cost a £5 because it's only, so I'm giving you that. It's only cost you £1 more than what you would fucking think. I said, so go and get your shoes, I'll let you in for free. No, we come in, we were the wrecking crew and all this fucking shit anyway. I said, fuck off. I pushed him. There was about 5 or 6 of them at the back of him. And it was like there was the door we were up high on the steps, 2 steps up. So anyway, he fucking pulls a knife at me and went like that, right across me. And I went, whoa, like jumped back. And as I jumped back, I hit the door because I couldn't go any further then. But then I jumped off the steps and felt like Sonny Liston used to, that's what you said, Smokey Joe Fraser, he used to jump and throw a punch. So I've jumped off there and I hit him and knocked him fucking sparkle and broke his jaw. Knocked clean out, soon as I hit him and broke his jaw. I did on the floor and all the people went and looked back and he looked like he was fucking gone, dead. So the others are fucking there. Anyway, the next minute, pull up, blue light comes on, police jumps out, police comes up. I seen you, you hit that lad for nothing. I seen you punch him, jump off the step, and you hit him clean on the face, and you knocked him out. Look at the state of him. They've got an ambulance and all shit, and his jaw was broken. So you're under arrest for Section 18, wounded with intent. So she's getting these handcuffs on. So again, Kenny Gregory, give me his due, the manager, great manager. And that was a good thing. We had cameras on the door, which was great. So she's here. She's on the other side, and I'm up high. So she's seen me doing that with a punch. But she hasn't seen him down low here with a knife going like that across me. She hasn't seen it because her back's to it, you know what I mean? So she's looking to me. So if I stand up now, you can see me. If I got it that side up there, you can't see my hand. But you could, if you were on the side of the road, you could see me. If you can't see my hand there, you can see it there. From there, you can't see it, but you can if you're on the other side of this camera. So she's seen me going out with this fucking, I think it was a left hook I threw. Anyway, he's on the floor knocked out, and everyone got like fucking hell, and they're trying to bring him round, put him on his side. So I've gone to the door. She's come. She's got the other coppers to hold me. These two male coppers. He says, "Can you come in and have a look at the camera, please?" She went, "No, I've seen what." I said, "Can you come in and have a look at the camera? I'm asking you as a decent human being to come in. Give you my word now. You know me for a long time. I don't tell lies." He said, "Come in the club and see what's happened. It's on camera. Every single thing goes in the club. I'm going, fuck, I'm going to get jail here for this." He's in a bad way. Fucking, I just knew his job was gone. Next minute, she's coming out. She went, "I can only apologise." She said, "I'm really, really sorry." She said, all I seen. She said, "When I slowed the camera down, you can see the knife flashing of the flicker of the knife, the glitter." She said, "I'm really, really apologise." Because when obviously I hit him, his mates picked the knife up and fucking ran off with the knife. So she said, "I'm really apologise." So that same cop woman, she was an inspector. 6 months later, she was driving through Norton Village, and she was doing 65 miles an hour, and she hit a man walking in an area where it was built up a 20-mile-an-hour area. 65 miles an hour, she hit him. Bang! Hit him. He went in the air, flying, tumbled twice, come down on the other side. There was two girls walking home, coming this way, near the Duck Pond, it's called, which is the richest place in Stockton, really. They're all magistrates and judges and inspectors and all that live there, and barristers and stuff, and mayors and fucking shit. So they seen him flying in the air, on and nothing. She got off of the fucking thing. It was in the papers. He said, "Hey, do you know that cop woman who got you?" She's in the paper. John Black showed me it. Yes, she got it. She said, "He catapulted in the air, the lad, because he was hit that hard. Got off again." I always fucking get off down there. I was fucking running like a tap. Freezing in here. Like, my hands are like ice. Fucking freezing I am. So they shows you on them doors, you're fucking lucky sometimes. Because other times you can go to jail. I've seen people get had a fight with someone. And there was another lad I won't say from Eston. He worked the door for me. And he punched the lad one shot. When he weighed 12 stone, this lad punched him in the face. Hit him and something snapped in here, like some type of carotid artery or something. Died the next day, but he'd done it twice. He did it with one man. He got out of jail. He worked on the door for me for about 2 weeks. Good lad from Grangetown, Eston way. And he did it again. He hit another bloke about 6-7 years before it, and it fucking happened twice. So he got two 5-year sentences. And look at the power of me. He only had 12 stone. Look at the power of me and the size of me. The women I was couldn't be lucky. So yeah, he hit one, he died, and he hit another one, he died. So he got 5-year jail twice for it. Two different areas, exact same artery, wherever it was. He did. We went Chaplin's. It was on. Near the where you go and park your cars up near the waterfront. Yeah, them doors are fucking dangerous. And we were fighting one night. About 7 of them come. This is only the second time we bumped into them. So they all come over. There's about, I'd say 4 of them are really big. It was like, say, 12, 13 stone. So they've come over and I've went bang, bang. Like at first 2, I've knocked them out. Come on. And the game, they're trying to throw punches. They can't fight. They've got their feet all over the place. I'm just dancing on them like that. Me fucking use my boxing skills. So I've gone back in here and I've hit one on the left too. And he's stunned when he hit them and he going like that. And I've gone and I went bang, right. I've hit him the left. And I went bang to the right and got fucking knocked him clean out. So the other 2 who went down, they're waking up then. The other one's like, how are they? And I went, come on then. And anyway, he just ran off, fucking shit himself. I think it was 4 of them I put down, knocked 2 of them clean out. And the other one I hit, I put him down. He got back up and ran off. So I was like, I think there was 7 of them there that night. I put 4 down. I knocked 2 of them unconscious, really bad, really unconscious. Copper's come running over. Oh, fucking hell, this Copper. I can't say his name. He was all right. He was only little. And he went, fucking hell, can I shake your hand? I went, do you shake me hand? That was fucking unbelievable. He said, you've just wiped a lot of them out in seconds. He said, it's about time somebody fucking sorted that. We've been wanting this for fucking years. He said, that was unreal. Am I getting arrested or not? He went, no, I fuck. He said, I don't want to shake your fucking hand. I don't want him to shake your hand. He said, because never seen out like it in my life. He said, you just caught them there. He said, how do you fight like that? I said, just on the door. I said, he was all right, that cock twice. I got caught again. I had another fight with another lad. Because in Stockton, there's loads of little alleys, and there's loads of, because in Stockton, goes back to the Vikings. So they used to bring in, people used to bring the stuff off the water, right under the buildings, right under where your sewage is. It's full of tunnels, tunnels everywhere. They've been under it in the last 10 years or so. I found hundreds of tunnels where they've been coming through with the, with the beer and stuff, and arms and stuff like that, soldiers and stuff like that. So it's full of setting a labyrinth of tunnels underneath Stockton for the what's it called, the pirate type of things, the old shivers me timbers. I've told you, I've got to tell you this. I've had that, you know, just imagine it. I've had that thing for about 6 months, 8 months, that phlegm. Maybe 2 years, more than that. About 2 years. That phlegm thing, right? So I've been reading. So I've read up a teaspoonful of salt in water dries the mucus up, or apple cider vinegar. So I got a tablespoonful of apple cider vinegar a day, put it in about that much water, I've drank it. And for 8 hours, I had no mucus in my throat for the first time in 2 years. 2 fucking years. All it is apple cider vinegar. It dries it up, gets rid of it, takes the reflux from coming out. So that's what I hope it stays like that. I'm not coughing phlegm up, but every night I come on coughing. You've seen me doing it every night since I've been doing it. Yeah, so yeah, the copper, what's his name? Is it Smithy? I think he was called the copper. I think he's called Smithy. So I've had a fight with this other big lad. And he's run down this alley. I've gone down the alley after him and he can't get out because it's blocked. There's a door there. So it's me and him fighting. I bet him having that fucking splattered his jaw to pieces. I beat him with the right hand. A right hand uppercut on the chin here will cause a guardsman fracture. A guardsman fracture is called. A guardsman fracture is when you stand duty like that with the queen on guard, the beefeaters, and the red hot sun hits them, and then they fall right on the pivot with all the 150-pound backpack on. You stand there like that, and they'll fall on the pivot right on the chin. That hit breaks, and there, and there. It's called the guardsman fracture. I didn't know until I went to court. Anyway, I got done for it. Anyway, I got off with the fucking, and he dropped the charges. The lad ended up being all right with us. He used to come to the rave. He had another fight with me. I broke his jaw again, but he ended up being all right. Twice I broke his jaw. Then he had a fight with his mate. I was 26 years old. I'd never drank. The first time I had a drink, I was with Benny McDevitt. You bastard, got me on that fucking Southern Comfort. So we're on the door, and there was this fucking lad off the Warriors, I think it was. And he goes, "Leave the kid alone." He's about 6'6", fucking massive, big arms. And he was the exact same as the one in the film, The Warriors. The Warriors are Wanderers. The Wanderers. And he kept looking at me all the time. You know, somebody looks at you and think, I had to ignore him. But he was looking at me. He was taller than me. Fucking miles taller than me, about 4 inches taller than me. Big men, about, what was he? About 6'7", 6', something like that. Yeah, I'm 6'3". Yeah, about 4 inches taller than me. So, and he had massive arms, bigger arms than me. My arms are big, but his arms are huge. He's massive now. He's still massive. You see him in the town technical. He's fucking huge still, full of gear. So he's going to me like that, looking at me going. He looked at me like I'm a piece of shit. So he used to come to downtown, and his mate was a karate expert, and his mate was not kung fu, kickboxer, world champion kickboxer, middleweight. So he comes and says, "I'm coming in. I've just won the world title. I'm the world champion. I've just won it in such and such in Middlesbrough, I think it was." I still have to pay. You still can't come with train shoes on, mate. Same thing. If you go home, pay for a taxi, 22 quid for a taxi, I'll let you in for now. But no, do you know what I've just told you? I'm the European champion, European champion, middleweight champion. I don't give a fuck if you're the fucking greatest fighter that ever lived. You still have to fucking, I can't let you win. Listen, I work on this store. My job is to stop letting people come in. I know it's fucking mental. Your training's probably 100 quid. You choose what you bring, probably 20 quid. But it's the principle. It's not the principle. It's the law of what they want us to do in the door. So if you go to work on, say, British Steel, and they say you can't let somebody in at 10 o'clock at night, and you let them in at 10:30, you're going to get a sack. So you're not going to jeopardise your job. You just say, "I can't let you in, mate. It's policy. It's the rules. I can't do nothing about it." So I said, "Look, if you go home, I've told you, it'll cost you 2 quid for a taxi, and I'll let you in for nothing." I think it was something like a £5 to get in. I said to him, "I'm letting you in for it's 3 quid cheaper. I don't go home and get your fucking shoes. It's only wrong. You only live wrong. You've just been a clever cook. So you had this fucking big trophy with him like that, big massive trophy. You know what's the massive them trophies and them fucking kickboxers get? There's loads on the fucking European champion, loads of them. It was all out. So late 80s, really about 88, I think. 89 maybe. Anyway, so he goes, I'm coming in. So anyway, he goes to come in. I went, bang, left hook, fucking hit him. We're on these steps. If you go the road, you'll see it. It's a church now, but it's got the steps going up. Bit of me rolled all the way down the fucking step, dropped the trophies broke. He's landed into the bus shelter outside because the bus shelter's right next to it. I said, that'll fucking sort him out. So the next minute, he's got to come over and he's fucking pissed me off. So I've gone over, I took his shoes and socks off. I took his shoes and socks off, put his shoes in the sock, and I threw them on the fucking post on the top, the wire. Well, the wire where you put your phone wire, I threw them on there. I said, now fucking walk home, you cunt. Well, I fucking know because I was raging. I was only, 20-odd-year-old then. Fucking hell, 25, 26 something. 26 others. So the night when I was drinking, so I've got off that side there. So that was that night I get him. So he said he was going to come back, this kickboxer. Right, this kickboxer, I know he's going to come back and all that shit. So the next week, it's me, Tony Bucko, Benny McDevitt, John Black, Cookie, Bob Raw. Don't forget, push the like buttons, guys. I keep forgetting to tell you that. So I'm on the door. We're on the door there. Anyway, it's finished. So we come out. There's about fucking 30 of them. So over the road, there's a garage. But it's like there's a back alley. We go on the back alley to it. So in the back alley, they're waiting there, about 20 in there. And over the other side, there's like these. It's a big massive house, but it's made into bed sits. They're hidden there with big sticks and all sorts. For them, a little bit. That's what I've done right now. So next minute we've gone out and what we used to do, we used to have these massive gates. We get the cars out. Come on, get the cars out, and then lock the gates behind us and give it a manager was the manager. I think we used to have a curly fucking pair, like Kevin Keegan, only skinny, about 10 stone. So come out, and there's about 30, maybe 40. The cunts waiting. Baseball bats, hammers, fucking all sorts of shit. So we stood there, and I'd have had a drink. I've had this fucking job. I've had this drink. So going back to that fucking lad, after going back to the other one before. So I had a drink on the door with Bernie. So I'm in downtown, and he's going by, and he looks at me again. This fucker who keeps looking at me. Chris, they call him. He's a mechanic. And he looked at me again. Oh, you fucking looking at you. So he stood square on like that. Got you daft cunt. So he stood square on, but he's brilliant for me because I like somebody told me because I can throw that right uppercut. So I've caught him that right uppercut, boom, right on the chin. I've hit him, but he's fell and he's landed on his knees and he's still up to here on me and he's landed on his fucking knees. That's how tall he was fucking massive. I went, naughty, and slapped him in the face. I went, do another fucking go? He went, no. Anyway, fucking he went. And every time I see him, he went, all right, Bri. So he had to school him to give him a fucking a lesson, but he was all right after that. But the next time was the karate lad. It was his mate. He's not the karate, so the kickboxing. So he never come with him that night. So he's that kung fu. Sorry, I keep saying kung fu. The fucking kickboxer, European champion. He's come with a big team because he's from that area, from Roseworth, Ragworth, all that way. Hardwick, a load of people come, 30, 40 of them. So we've come out, and they said, what we're going to do? So they started shutting the gates on us. What are you doing? I'll tell you what we're going to do. I fucking shoved the gates open and went, charge! And I ran at them all. And they all went, fucking charge! There's only fucking 7 of us. Anyway, we run at them, so I'm going bang, 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 dropping like fucking flies all over the place. So Bucko shouts, watch out, bricks! Got hit with a fucking building brick in the head here. It was split his face right on the head, 22 stitches. I think he got about 40 grand payout. He ended up going to America with the money, and he's still over there now in America. He got his fucking face cut. Anyway, I've got this Gilly one, who was the one who broke his jaw ages ago. So I've got him in these gardens. Got in, he's on his own. He's trying to fight me because I can see him a mile away. Because what is that? He's gone into this garden, and it's like a big house where you like bed sits. But when you go in there, poof, them fucking trip lights. He stood there like fucking. That was like nice one. Me and you 1-to-1. Come on, and he's fucking useless. Couldn't fight. Caught him, broke his jaw. I ended up snapped his neck, like something in his neck, and he had to have a fucking cage on his neck. So he's on the thingy selling. He used to do cards on the market stand. He used to sell the cards. And he went down the market stand, seeing him. I said, we all right now? He said, yeah. And then after that, we were all right. So it was man, but the karate one, we bashed most of them. And they all just run like fuck. When I was running, they hit me with fucking all sorts of bouncing off me. I was fucking huge. And I was just picking them up and fucking throwing them into each other, all sorts of fucking class. Free Cadbury's flakes at Tesco's, freedom. Paid £5. Ben and Jerry's just got the wrong. So binned it. Hey Jake, so you see, I hope you're okay. Sorry about not be talking to you on here tonight, being ignorant. Getting all these stories. They bring back all the memories, the pan had gone, getting going. Then we went out one night. We went to a fucking red car, and there was a Fishman's Cafe there to open at 4 o'clock in the morning. And we're all in there, we're off our heads. We've been to a rave in the Clips nightclub was the first rave. What I used to have, and I used to have my own club called the Coliseum as well. I used to do the Henry Africans, which was the Coliseum. I used to have my own club I bought. It was called, in Brunswick Street, it was called the Heaven Club. So when I went for a license off the licensee people, said, we can't give you a license. And they all sat down there. The fire brigade said, you know what, this is brilliant. Yeah, you've got it all pet. What I had to do, I had to move the sprinkler things out a bit. I passed everything with the fire brigade 2 inches, because he said, because they need a wall, flames go up, they'll set them alight and they won't go off. And anyway, we got them done in about 4 hours. The pastors, fire brigade, everything was all perfect. It was beautiful, the club inside of it. So this board of people come out, judges and all that shit, from the council. So the council come round and sat down. Why would you call it the H Club? Because that could stand for heroin. I said, what's your name? He went, Charles. I went, Charles, you know what that stands for? No. Could you enlighten me? I said, you know cocaine? They call that Charlie. That's where the saying comes, Charlie. So therefore, you could go on forever with this. What's your name? She went, Brenda. I said, well, that could stand for brown, heroin. You could go on and on and on. I said, that's what you're going to do. I said, I didn't even need a liquor license. They'll call it alcohol license, because nobody drank alcohol anyway, only fucking me and Stephen and Michael Sayers, which we used to come and Stevie Abaddon and people. We never had a liquor license, so we didn't get it. But I ended up bumping into a woman who was a judge, ex-judge. She was a judge or a magistrate, I'm not sure. She might be the magistrate, and she owned a second-hand shop. So I went in the second-hand shop and I bought a £3,000 sort of armour off her. Cash, I give her cash. She said, could we play cash with it? Of course we can. Proper. Like the Queen. Of course we can. And she's like big massive house in Darren. She had a fucking lovely lady, about 60 odd. I used to go in there and get knickknacks off her. I've got all sorts of. I've got a big massive sword. I put on the wall, big samurai sword. It was fucking brilliant. And I put it on the wall and I took a picture of it. So it's in your house as an ornament on the wall. So if you have a sword at the side of your door, that's your intent to use that on someone who comes to the house. You can go to jail for it. But if it's on the wall as an ornament, and you take it off and you use it and kill someone, you can get off. If you have your scissors upstairs in your bag, and you're a hairdresser and you use them and stab them, you'll get off. But if you have them in there, I took them upstairs. And why did you take them upstairs? Well, I always take them with my bags. I just put them there so I can get up in the morning so I don't forget them. In case somebody back at my house, and I'd use them, because that's premeditated. You pre-thought that, and would have stabbed them and killed them with my scissors. So what you say is, what you can always have a knife upstairs in the bedroom. So you had a knife, cut a cake, take the knife upstairs and say, cut the cake upstairs, but I forgot to bring the knife down. So if you've got a big knife upstairs, you've cut the cake upstairs, and you've got a picture of it. Then you come in and say, well, cut the cake. Can you prove it? Yeah, well, there's the cake, or there's the picture of me cutting the cake upstairs, but I forgot to bring the knife down. And these lads have burgled me, I've used it and stabbed them and killed them. You can't get done then. But if you've got that knife in your bed, a big 10-inch knife, and you say, well, I was scared because my ex-boyfriend said he was going to cut the house, but he should have phoned us. But you don't turn up, Cleveland Police, because when you phone 999 for yours, and she called Jamie Doyle. My name's Jamie Doyle. Well, fucking hell, we don't need you. We don't need the fire brigade won't come to yours, because you just put the piss out, like you'll just piss the fucking flames out, you. Fire brigade. Jamie Doyle, we don't need you. Just piss the bed and get them fucking flames out. We're not coming all the way up there. But the 999s have to come out automatically. It's part of the fucking criteria. So they're in serious trouble with those. I'm still waiting to see what's happened, because they've pissed the bed. I thought you'd get me arrested last week. No, 4 weeks ago, you come on and went, you're getting arrested in the morning. Rob Brenton, come on, you're getting arrested in the morning. You know, fucking crank, a little crank. Pish food. Got mallows in, meaning Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I like the I don't like the toffee one because it's a bit sickly. I like the cookie dough. I like that one. Sorry. Lee or Hopkins, right? Let's go through them. Cartick, that's what I like. Yeah, I like, the Asda ones themselves, Tesco ones. They're just as good, guys. They're about fucking £2 or something. It's just good. You get two for £4. Honestly, just as good. The Ben and Jerry's are a fucking fortune. It took them years to get there, them. So anyway, so I've had a fight with that lad, like I said. And then the karate lads come and all that shit. So anyway, later on he had a fight with John Black, and it was 50-50 the fight. So he pressed charges on John, so I went around his house for Speedy. I'd already had a fight, and like I said, knocked him out. And he come back with a gang. But they didn't lock on to fight, they fucking asses went when I ran at them. I went charged. They went, there's only 7 of us. Fucking, they wouldn't think that, wouldn't they? They think, he's fucking loopy, this cunt. He's fucking mental. Look at them. All of us were weapons. I mean, he's run that as like a fucking, the charge the Light Brigade. Into the Valley of Death went the 600, but charge went the Light Brigade. Cannons to the left, cannons to the right, but charge went the Light Brigade. It was a battle in India, I think it was, and they give the wrong fucking order. They said retreat, and so somebody put it on to charge them, not charge them on the door money, charge them £15, 25 to charge them. So they went into the Valley of Death, it's called. So all that side was full of cannons, all the front was full of cannons, and all down the side was full of cannons. And they were on the horses. And Errol Flynn played the part. He went, charge! And they all charged forward, the Light Brigade with the red uniforms on. And the cannons went boom, 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 boom. And so cannons to the left of them all went off. Cannons to the right, cannons to the left, to the front. And still went to charge the Light Brigades. I think 130 came out of 600. The rest all got wiped out. But it was the one there when they done it, when they charged, the one that got to the other side and won the battle, but all the men died. But when they were making the film, the movie director, it eludes me his name, the movie director wanted these horses to do this charge, and he went, look, Errol Flynn loved horses, he loved them. And I think something like 150 horses got killed. I really lost a lot of horses, and he really fell out with him. And he worked with him one more time, but he fell out with him because the horses died in the film. You always see the film going, no horses were killed in this film, or no animals were hurt in this film. But in this one, I think it was 135 horses, something died. Fucking terrible. He wanted it so, it was so real life type of thing. Yeah, what can you do if you charge? What happens if you get killed? You die, don't you? So if you die, you don't think about it. You fucking sleep, aren't you? So who gives a fuck? I'd rather die on my feet than fucking die like a coward on my knees like you pissed the bed. You are a fucking coward. Howie, where are you going to have this fucking fight with me? I'm dying to fucking punch your fucking skull in, you fat cunt. Come on, fatty, where are you going to meet me? Come on, fat man. I'm not in a wheelchair now. Come on, fatty, where are you? Come on, you fat fuck. You big fat shit house. Come on, big man. Green splat trolling Brian as per usual. Yeah, he's just a fucking crank. Little fat, greasy, fucking smelly tramp of a fucking little fucking diddy legs. Little shitbag. Coward. Got no bottle whatsoever. You haven't got my fucking 4-week-old pup's got more bottle than you fucking shitbag. Shitbag you are. I'm going to check my other phone now. You're a shit alpha.
When does it go? Me and you, Cockerill. I'll fight you.
Crank. Down London, going into fucking thingy clubs where they're paying young boys for money to do disgusting things to him. Fucking weirdo. Fucking weirdo you are. You are one fucking weirdo. You've gone one step. Fucking weirdo. You're the biggest weirdo I've ever met in my fucking life. Yeah, mate, he's a fucking crank, and he didn't bother me one fucking in the wheel. I'd see me in the wheelchair and still beat you, that little cunt. You really thought God was going to keep you in that wheelchair. It was payback time. No, payback's called a bitch. Payback's coming. I'm your wife. I'm your wife. That's what his wife said. I'm your wife, and you do as you're told. That's what she says to him. I'm your wife, so do as you're told. So he says, okay, then. She tells him what to do. I'm your wife, do as you're told. He goes, yeah, in the bottle you me. Like a kid at school. You come home from school and you're a baby. my dad's a proof. Oh, a horrible old woman. Or Johnny Smith said my brother's horribly bully. Well, you're all right, son. I'll have a word with that school teacher. You not naughty. It's like that, like a little kid. His wife is more like his mum. His wife's like his mum. It's like his mum. But she's in the house while he's going down these clubs and where these women walk the nights and pays the money while they're in the house sitting with nothing. You've even got the telly. Sorry, not telly. You've even got your house took off you. What man does that? Puts your own family on the streets, nowhere to live, no house. You're in a fucking safe house in Leeds somewhere, hiding out the way. You were in Newcastle. Now you're bragging to people in Leeds. Payback's a bitch. It's coming to you. It's only a matter of time before somebody grabs hold of you because people don't like you. You're fucking hated by everyone. You can't go anywhere. No one wants you. Your mum and dad won't have nothing to do with you. Your fucking sisters, brothers, and won't even let the kids anywhere near you. Now, for somebody said to me, my sister, oh no, you can't see Jamie Lee and Katie. I think, what the fuck? You'd be upset to death. He's not bothered. They won't even let you in the house. They lock you fucking out. He's the wrong one. Get the wrong ones coming. And all the kids that went to school, I've spoke to about 20 different people. One lady said, he's even pretending he was born in Scotland. He said he pretended that he come down here and he was 13. He's copying your stuff. She said, I went to school with him in the infant, juniors, I think it's the infants. Then he was horrible. He was always grassing people up. And I went to talk to another lad called Simon, who works at Wickers, Thingy Lane. What it's called now, on the way there. Called Skinner's Lane. I think it's Skinner's Lane, is it called? On the way to the South Bank there. It's a Tesco there, and I seen him in there. Oh yeah, he said, I was at the door with him. I was with Jamie, and he said, oh, he wasn't like that school. He said he got me 3 good hidings because I was called the prefects and got me beat up. I said he was always crossing picture, ma'am, miss, ma'am, sorry. Ma'am, that'd be something teacher. Miss, he's got cigarettes in his pocket. Tommy Jenkins is smoking, going around everywhere he went, and every fucking council estate in Teesside, you've been chased off because you're a little snitch. You grassed them up the place for selling drugs. You can't even go, and you can't even live in your own area. Mum, that's what he calls her, fucking mum. 42-year-old, and you piss yourself. 43, sorry. I'm nearly 60 and I'll still wipe the floor in 2 seconds. But you're a coward. How are you? You've shouted your mouth off. Where do you want to do this fight? You tell them you're going to meet me in Steel City Gym. I'll meet you down there tomorrow. Meet you anywhere you want. Because you won't meet nowhere with you because you're full of piss. Full of piss. Yeah, that's exactly what he is. Full of fucking piss and wind. Shitbag. Big, prick of the lowest level. Scumbag. Can't handle it now, can you? There, I'm in the movie. The movie's out. It's in the fucking Netflix. You haven't got a fucking movie. Might not be the best movie. No one's saying it is. Nobody's proclaiming, oh, it's the greatest movie ever. It's you. You're fucking rotten with jealousy. Absolutely rotten with jealousy. You haven't got any fucking decency in you. Where me say somebody made a movie in this area, and even though it was shit, I'd say, oh, Tommy's made it. Well, good on you, Tommy. So I'm proud of you. Be proud of somebody in your own area trying to do something to themselves. But he can't. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly what he is. Fucking pest. Absolute wrong, complete wrong. And there's women that have taught things. There's women that have taught who know him from the area where he lived. Things that he's paid them for. It's fucking vile, disgusting things he asked them for. Because his shit house wife, his wife phoned up the home where Terry's kids were in. Said Terry got his kids. Terry's ex-partner got his kids took off her. Little Joe and Sky got put in a kids' home. They found out and phoned the kids home. You fat, horrible, fat bastard, Hattie Yakes cunt. Phoned up the fucking place where the kids are and said, can I just talk? Your dad's a bad man. He hits your mum. He's a bully. He's been hitting your mum for years, and that's why you've got took off you and all that. Twisting the 11-year-old and a 12-year-old kid's minds. Phoning the home up where the kids are and talking to Terry's kids on the phone. We'll support you if you need any help. Try to do it with them. If you need help, then we'll help you. And we'll do this. What are you fucking going on about? But we knew what they was doing. They were putting him then. Well done, Emma, for leaving him. Sure, he went to see her sister, but they made it into this big, massive thing that she'd left for months. She only went to see her sister for the day and went to the party and I didn't come up straight home. My sister was with her. Oh, Catherine was with her. She took her there. Catherine went out with her and brought her home. To try to make her, well done, you've left him. He's not going to bully you, to stick with Jesus. I thought, I know you do. You're trying to make it look like it's real. And then I went, what are you talking about, Shelley? I know it's you talking shit. Made you look like a fool again, fat fucking Hattie Yakes. Pie shop eater. Fucking piggy eyes. What a little freak you've got. Little freak you've got. The little two little freaks she's got. Calls me a little freak. I said to him, what, and you bother he's paying women for this and paying young lads for this and paying young lads for that. I think it's quite funny then. And the penny dropped. I thought, you're into all this stuff. You're into this stuff, watching stuff. And so then it'll come out, the wife swapping stuff for Marigate. And he went, you've been with everyone. You've been with all them young lads. Screamed at her on the internet. But they didn't know that the fucking mic was open. You've been with everyone. You slept with everyone. You're not an old SLL. Well, I won't come out with the words because I don't want to be rude, but you come out with all the disgusting words you call someone. They thought it was your wife doing it, you fucking, all the words you come out with. And she was going, you slept with all them prostitutes and you pay money for it and all that stuff. She thinks I don't pay money for it. All come out. It was on about 20, 30 minutes it was on. Everyone heard it. South Bank and all that was on because they'd forgot to turn it off. But I said he probably left it on because of weirdos. There's no pies, Cartman. They've all gone. She's devoured them all. Fucking Hattie Yakes. You remember her? Petulia. There's my countryman down there. That's Petulia. Petulia. I wish I couldn't keep losing me pies. Well, fucking stop telling your husband to stop talking shit. Pie shop. She went to me, how do I lose weight? I said, keep your fucking hands out the bakery. Keep your hands out the bakery and out the pie shop, and you might lose some weight. She doesn't do 1 ounce of no work. She comes home from work and she's sat eating pies all day. And then the house is filthy. The dog used to pull all the rubbish out the bin and just leave it. I'd pick it up and get gloves on. I cleaned the whole living room for him, not the down that kitchen. The whole house was filthy. How could you live like this? Fucking hate filth, mate. She comes home. She doesn't do nothing. Go straight upstairs, her and her son. They've got 6 packs of crisps for him, 6 for her, 4 bottles of Coke, 4 bottles of Iron Brew. Take it upstairs and they'll come back down and they're getting more so pizzas and parmesans and kebabs. They're upstairs in the bed. It's only a 2-bedroom house. So she sleeps in the bed with her son. And I went, why would you sleep with like a 14-year-old kid, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kid in the same bed as a woman? That's not normal. Fucking weird to me. I'd come round the she'd be in bed with her son upstairs. It's like, fucking weird. Absolute fucking weird. And she's got, my son has to go to bed with a knife every night. Well, why don't you take the knife off your son? Because it was all shite. It was to try and make me and Emma look bad. I've never carried a knife, fatty, in my life. I don't need a fucking knife. They're my weapons, my hands. I don't need a knife. So everyone knew Crabtree. You're just a fat liar. Pie shop. And we went to court 3 times. Well, you couldn't have went to court in the magistrate. Clown. When it's a fucking civil case. You talk shite, and you're not a fucking legal secretary. You work for the Citizen Advice Bureau, and you answer the phone. So the Citizen Advice Bureau, how can I help you? Gas department. You work for them. You put people's gas on, and you fiddled £15,000. Why don't you got the police on me? I'm telling everyone now. You stole £15,000 off the dole, Middlesbrough dole. You and him, while you were claiming dole, you were claiming family credits, where you were already getting fucking paid off them. You had £12,000 put in your bank. In 12 months, the first and second every month from Robert Brett and Warcry Pubs and Warcry Press from Barclays Bank, 3 Baileygate Pontefract was sent to you every month on that date, and the fraud squad had you in and grilled you, and I'm recorded on there for you, helping you. You told me it was all lies. When you come out, you went, I've just pocketed 15 grand. I've had them over. I looked at them, you've just put my job on jeopardy just for your lies again. So I said, you're even claiming the duck. I said, you've done $7 this year. You've just bragging that you made 3 grand off 1 book alone. So why are you claiming dole? Don't even do it. Take the chance of going to jail. You go to jail claiming dole. You've been put in the paper and named and shamed. So he was claiming dole. He was selling the books, selling the documentary, selling the Kindles, selling the audios, selling the paperbacks. And then he was doing the fucking, he was doing claiming the dole as well. Pretending to be a T-boy for Rob Brenton. All fucking lies. Money. It all just went on food and crack and drugs. Well, where's all your money gone? You've got no car. You've got no money. You've got no house. You've got no clothes. You've got nothing. You haven't even got a movie. There's no movie coming. He's getting 2.3 million, all that shit. It's all fucking shit. If somebody's going to spend £2 million on a Paul Sykes movie in Wakefield, fucking garbage. I might notice. 42 thumbs up, 91 on, guys. Everywhere, bro. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. But listen to the old 80s and 90s songs. Bring you back memories, don't they? Oh, I've got to fucking buy a lot. I'd catch you, bang, one fucking jab, and that pie head of yours would just come clean off. You go, you start crying like a little girl. You would cry your fucking eyes out. You're right on the nose, splattered your nose right across your face. You would cry like a little girl. You would fucking cry. You'd be, please don't hit me, please, I'm sorry. You'd be crying on the floor. That's exactly what you do. A little fanny you are. A little fanny shit house. Because when people have come to get you, like Kev Robinson, you fucking run like fuck. You shit yourself. When the lads with the Esther battered you in the pub, 4 shots, you bang, 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 and you never even got your hands out your pocket, you daft little cunt. Knocked you clean out. Sparks you. Bust all your iron, bust all your nose, cut all your fucking mouth, all your lip was cut and everything. You never even threw a punch back. You got battered by a 17-year-old kid about 4 months ago in the Queen's Head, knocked you out for sniffing shit again in the toilets in front of the fucking 12, 13-year-old kids fucking go to the toilet and you're in there sniffing shit. We're doing it at my wedding. You're obsessed with drugs. You can't stop. You're obsessed with it. You're on that shite every night, that Subutex. Every day you're on subby. I'm taking around people's houses, seeing it's his cousins and all that, and it's drug dealers' houses. I was just out because I knew one of them. I thought, he went, oh, he buys them all every day off me. He said, every day. Drug sausage rolls. Look what he done with little Eli. Poisoned the dog, and I'm going to poison him again with some lovely new ingredient for a fucking true, what I'll do with you cunt. So are we then, big man? I'm not in the wheelchair now. Where do you want to meet me? Come on, big blabber mouth. You got a big fucking mouth. I'll shut it in 2 seconds for you. Please press the like button, support the channel. Carol's saying, thank you, Carol. I hope you're okay and the kids. Getting sick of this cunt, mate. I am. John Lee, crack. Yeah, crack sausages. Cracking sausages. Can I have some of them cracking them sausages are cracking? Well, that's his new thing, isn't it? His new series brought up crackle and brown. No, like snack, crackle and pop. This is crackle and brown. Crack, brown and crack. Crack, brown and crack. That's what he has every morning. Crack, brown and crack. Fucking hell. Yeah. Hope you're feeling better. Geek 43 likes. Come on, let's get some more likes on, for fuck's sake, guys. What's happened with you all? Your thumb's broke or something. No one's pushing any like buttons here. Come on. Yeah, so we worked the doors on there in that club. And I worked with Ernie Buick on there. Great, I've met Ernie. The first night you opened, you only had 33 people, so I wouldn't let anyone go in. So the next time I said, I'll run the doors. This is my area. And he come down, shook my hand. And he got his wage. But I wanted £1 a man, same as the DJ. So I got £1 a man. And I went and got my money and went, oh yeah, £1,500. I went, please don't insult my intelligence. You see that lad in the corner there? I said, yeah, been there all night. He said, you see that other lad in that corner there? I said, yeah, he's been there all night. I said, see him coming, see him there? Come here. You come here. See on his thing here? He's clicking how many's come in on the clicker, and he's clicking how many's gone out. How many is the guys? 2,343, Brian. I saw for lying to me, let's round it to 2,500. You owe me £2,500. Please don't insult my intelligence. Do not fucking insult my intelligence. And I do the little dancey things that you not use, me. So that's the deal. I got you 3,000 fucking people in the door over the bank holiday. You had 31 people. When I stood on the front, I was stood on the front on my own. Cosworth stood on the front, pulled right up against all that. I said, you can't go in there. Which I said, you can't go in. It's okay, Brian. They just went. I stood myself. I didn't need anyone. No one come to the club. 33 people, I think it was. 31 or 33. So I got 2.5 over the bank holiday. I got them all the jails had been in place and new people that were coming down from everywhere. Because I already had the Eclipse, you see. That got shut down because of the fight with Dave Garside. A couple of fights with him. There was loads of guns found there and fucking Kalashnikov. Not Kalashnikov, there was a Uzi 9mm found, and there was 2 handguns found, and there was a couple of revolvers found, and there was a couple of knives found and machetes. in outside the club with the cars. A couple of cars got blown up, like petrol bombed. Trevor Biddle, imagine wanting to poison a dog. That's what he put on the dirty bastard, mate. He's one fucking sick cunt. He is. He's one. He's just a sick fucking perverted, fucking disgusting, piss the bed cunt. You think I like him? He's a shit house. Yeah, he's a shit house. Thieving fucking scumbag as well. Yeah, thieves off everyone. Stole all that money off everyone. He's been stealing off the door. I said, how can you fucking steal off the door? I said, don't get me wrong. People, my dad's done it when I was a kid, not to pay for your family. I understand, but you're making fucking £1,000 a month. Your wife's working every month. You get £1,000 off the fucking books. That's £2,000, and then you get the money off the document. You're on about £4,000 a month, and then you claim a door money on top of that. She's getting another £1,000 off the door, and then you have that money. You're on about £5,000-6,000 a month. Why go for £6,000 when you can have £5,000 legal? Pay your tax on it and keep yourself out of trouble. Just fucking rotten greed. It's all down to taking shit up your beak. I'm going to fucking thing now. Nothing, you silly cunt. You tried to get Norman's book to do, but that was put a stop to because my big mate didn't he? He up Lee Wortley, took it straight off you daft little cunt. I'm your man, he said to him. I'm your main man, I'll do your book. So I found out, got hold of him and said to him, don't be doing a book with that crank. He's a fucking crank. Got on the phone a few of the lads he'd done the books with, Marty and that. Marty went, oh, don't do the book with him. He hasn't paid us. So went to Lee, total different. Lee Wortley's the best author ever when it comes to writing books about people who are fighters. He knows them all the top people all over the country. That's his game, you see. And he's a brilliant writer. He's been in Penguin Books, which is the biggest Penguin Books, the biggest book company in the world. And he's in with John Blake Publishing. When he tried to put the spoken with John Blake's Publishing, he said, "Oh, Cockerill's don't work with him. He's ruined out a company with his lies and this, that, and the other." So I give Lee all the stuff to give John Blake, and showed him that with my court case. He went, Brian. He said, "I worked with Brian Cockerill on several occasions. I've never ever had a problem. He's a gentleman." He said he never threatened anyone I know, and everyone I've spoken to in the underworld all have impeccable manners for Brian. He said he's just so nice to work with. Steve Richards said he's the nicest person you could ever work with. Lee Wortley said the same, and so did McIntyre. So all them people stood up for me, proper people, not divvies. I've done national documentaries. I'm trying to be bigger, but I've done Gun Nation, which is a national documentary on Channel 4, and then I did the Royal Motor documentary. Then I did a documentary with McIntyre, which was fucking seen in 19 countries all over the world, even America. It's about 20 countries now, and it was I think it was 2.5 million people watched it the very first night it came out. Channel 4, everyone on Teesside, no one went to work. My mate was on the oil rig, and he phoned me up and said, "You big bastard, Paul Debrick, another great lad." He said, "No cunt wants to work on the rigs. I can't get anyone to work because you all want to watch your fucking documentary." He's laughed his head off. He passed away now, great lad. And he written his book. He went, "I used to train with Brian Cockerill, and I've never seen anyone with strength like him." He said he could bench 600 for reps. Not just fucking, he'd pick it off himself and rep it out and put it back in the rack. I've never in my life seen anyone do that anywhere ever. And he said, and that was Paul, another great lad. And Paul Salter said the same. He said, I've seen Brian bench in sixth place, fucking unbelievable. And Steve Davies, the top boxer, won the ABA's heavyweight champion of Great Britain. Another one who's seen me bench that type of weight. And he said, "I'm making up. You've seen me. I'm a little." That was me at the end of my days coming there. That's me at 37 when I'm on the house. When I'm, if you look at the history bits where you see me training, that's me at 37. So you come and you're not as strong then. When you're 24 to about 34, that's when you're at your best. When you get like 34, you start. When you get to 30, 31, you start. Your testosterone levels start dropping down, so you're not as strong. That's when I was 24, I could pick 100-pound dumbbell each and do 25 reps straight off, no problem. Right the way up, all the way down. I'm fucking super strong. I could bench 4 plates each end, shoulder press, and I could get a touch of a 500-pound shoulder press. People could even fucking deadlift it to mine, fucking shoulder press it. And they used to do it. Every gym I went to, I did it in Home House, Durham Jail, Hadrick Jail, all the jails on Moors, Steel City, all the gyms in Redcar, all the gyms in like Hartlepool, everywhere I train, people have seen me do it. So they all know I'm not lying because they've seen me do it. But he's just a jealous cunt. But when I was with him, that video is going to come out soon. It'll be out in a few days. Where it's me, he's talking about me saying how good I am. So how can you change your match? Like me saying, oh, Tommy Smith's a great lad. I thought, well, on the doors, he was brilliant. He could fight this one, he could beat that one. I've never seen anyone like him. He's the best fighter I've ever seen. He's the best lad. Brilliant. He's great. And then 4 years later, he said, well, that Tommy Smith's a fucking asshole. I worked the door with him. He was a bully. Tommy Smith, he could never fight sleep. Well, wait a minute, 4 years ago, what you said, he was a great lad. You can't change a story from 4 years ago when you're talking about somebody 30 in the 1990s, 30 years ago. So he's talking about me in the 90s, saying he was the biggest name ever. He was the nicest lad you could meet. Me and my wife love him because he'd never hurt anyone like me and my wife or innocent people. He's only hurt bad guys. So where's all this shit? Where's this shit you said the police have found on my computer? We're all still waiting. We're all still waiting to see where's this arrest for this 190,000 images of children, you said. Yes, I've got. So where's the police? Why haven't they charged me? When you said the judge had contacted you and said he's going to get the biggest jail sentence ever. As if the judge is going to phone you up and pass one to one. No, that's you on crack cocaine. That's your other MPD. It's called multiple personality disorder. You're being a judge. You're being a barrister. You've been a policeman. You don't know who the fuck you are. You've got that many personalities. When you were coming off the drug for a few weeks, you came off them. You started saying, since I've come off the alcohol and the drugs, I'm starting to lose my multiple personality disorder. So you're admitting you've got MPD. Multiple personality disorder means 1 minute it can be like, say, Tommy Smith. Next minute it'll be, well, look at him, he's Beryl, isn't he? He's walking around with his wife dressed on, calling himself Beryl. Here's our Beryl, she's shouting. She's all happy. Here's our Beryl, she's shouting up in the back door, and it's all raining. Blue dress on, blue clothes, underwear and all that, and stuff, stockings and fucking fishnets and all that, whatever he's got on, fucking makeup and lipstick. And she's going, here's our Beryl. And then he goes to Oscar Wilde, who's presenting himself with his long hair. She's crimped his hair for him because his hair was long then. And he's doing that to Oscar Wilde as if he's like presenting himself like a woman would to their husband. Would like to say, am you okay? And like say on the honeymoon or something like that, getting dressed up to go whatever they do, in your bedroom. He's doing that as if it's like he's the woman and he's the man he's going to bed with. Fucking weirdo, man. That poor kids having to sit there and watch that every day with them. No, these fucking cuckoo, the kids. All his mates calling him at school. Back on the buses. Yeah, well, he looks like fucking he looks like Earth on the buses when he's dressed up. He looks like fucking, what do you call her? Olive. He looks like Olive on the buses dressed up. That's who he looks like, Ram Raider. He looks like Olive. Olive! It's me, Olive on the buses, that's who he looks like. Where people say Susan Boyle, it's fucking Olive he looks like with his ginger hair. He's got bright ginger hair and ginger balls. I've never seen them like, but he has, obviously, because he's got ginger hair. Ginger bollocks. Hey, ginger bollocks. And he dyes his hair black because he can't fucking stand the ginger hair he's got. Ginger bollocks. Olive! Get up, Olive! Go on, Olive. Olive off on the buses. He's a fucking Dublin. She comes to the door and she's, here's our Beryl. Like, she's excited. I thought, look at you, fucking pervert, big fat cunt she is. She went, here's our Beryl. Oh, look at him. Oh, she's getting all excited because he's dressed up as a woman. I think you're a fucking weirdo. And there's a kid sat there, about 11, 12-year-old, watching them doing what they do. Fucking disgusting. Who kicked me in the eclipse? Is it Ram Raider? Recently, Ram Raider, who said this now? Accidentally kicked Brian about 1992 in the eclipse, Stockton dancing on the raised area. You walked to the bottom dance floor, laughing it off, laugh out loud. That'll be me, yeah. That was always good to kids. I remember being one night, there was about 20 Geordies in, all from, I think they're all from Newcastle way, not like Gateshead. I think there was a few from Gateshead and a few from Newcastle, about 20 of them, and they were all bodybuilders. So there was one lad in, he was from Sunderland, not two lads from Sunderland, they were big lads. And I went over and I went arguing with the two other lads and going, I said, what the fuck's going on? So I had the bullying us. I went, yeah, do you want to fight? There's about 20. I said, do you want to fight? I'll fight the lot of you down. Do you want to fight? Right fucking now. So I come on the dance floor. When I used to go on the dance floor would be chocker. And when I used to come down the steps, if you remember his nose, come down the steps, it was that side there, you can only come down 2 sets of steps. So you come down the steps, and when I come down the steps, the floor used to open like that. All the people would just open up like the Red Sea with Moses, and I'd walk through, and then all steam would come behind me because all the steam was there, from dancing and stuff, and all the steam off the smoking that, the steam, but it looks like smoke. And I got lost in it one night, and I was like, I can't get out. I got fucking lost in the smoke. I was fucking panicking like fuck. I got lost in it, fucking full of ecstasy. So I went up to them, offered them out, and they shouldn't do anything. They come home and said, look, we don't know trouble. I said, well, there's no fucking trouble. I'll just fucking destroy you. But I had like half the fucking club was behind me, and Ernie was there as well. So what happened there? So I thought, sorry, Ernie, just been daft. Anyway, they've come back up and went, oh, I didn't know you were Brian Cockerill. I'm really sorry. I said, no, you're all right. And I went in one club one night. It's funny this. So I goes in the club and I got out of jail. It's the first day I got out of jail. I went looking for her, Emma. I went to jail April, I think it was April, May, June, July, August, I think it was April, May, something like that. Maybe have been June. June I went to jail and I was in Durham and they put me in the blocks, in the fucking block, fucking solitary. Anyway, this is a visit. So my mum and dad come to see us. So we terminating your visit. I went, you fucking terminate, I'll knock your fucking head off the screw. Anyway, they went, no, you're going home, you don't know, stop panicking. Oh, sorry. So anyway, I was going home. So my dad was driving the car home and said, Dad, slow down, you're going fucking, so you don't fucking take man, because I've been in the block for about 4 months, I think I was in the block. About 100 odd days I was in the block. Because you're not moving, you're doing now. I mean, he was doing like 40, 50 mile an hour. It felt like he was doing fucking 100 mile an hour. Dad, you're going to get fucking done. You're only doing 50 mile an hour, son. And then I realised it's because you're locked in confinement. Maybe that poor Charlie Bronson, he must feel like it must be fucking terrible. No, nobody should be locked up 50 fucking years. Fucking ridiculous. Paedophiles and nonsense getting out. And he hasn't raped anyone or fucking molested anyone. He hasn't killed anyone. Fucking ridiculous. So yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I goes looking for Emma on the night. So I goes to my mum's the day with all skinny, my brother. God bless his soul. And I went out over Middlesbrough. So goes from the club, Bash, multi, probably a fucking billionaire, I think he is. He has hospitals and everything in India and Pakistan. He builds them. He's clubs all over. So he bought the nightclub. So I goes to the Banner it was. He got that. Was it the other club he was in? I'm not sure. It was Freddie V's. Anyway, I goes to the door. And there's two lads from Newcastle on the door, Geordie accent. You can't get in late, mate. You've got to do this. And I went, I don't have to pay. And Bash is behind them going, oh, fucking hell, like this is the owner of the pub. And he's going, everybody has to pay late, mate. I said, I don't have to pay, mate. I said, just the owner. No, my job's to stop you getting in. You have to pay, late, lad. Bonnie lad, you have to pay. I said, Bash. He went, let him in. So he lets me in. He went like that to him. So goes in, cheers. About 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were Brian Cockerill. Honestly, I'm not being funny, I didn't know it was your promise. I said, it's all right, don't worry about it. I said, here, come here. Give him a cuddle on my arms. You're all right, son, don't worry about it. Big lump of a lad, about 20 stone. Because of my reputation, I was. He shit himself. It was like Lee Duffy used to do the same. He'd go somewhere and they'd stop him and he'd just stop Lee Duffy and they'd go, oh, sorry, Lee, I didn't know it was you. Didn't really Lee go, it's all right, don't really shake his hand. Because they're only doing the job. If he didn't stop me, I think he would have shit house. So he was all right with us, a lad. But what you get some trying to be clever cunts doing it to you because they know who you are. You'll still have to pay no matter who you are. I just go, fuck off, left out, gone. What you doing down there? What you doing on the floor? Can you tell me what you're doing on the floor, please? What you rolling about for? Are you looking for money? What you looking at? Just humiliate them then. Make them look like fucking clowns. So get them up. They'll go again. I'll just slap them. Slap the cunts about and play them like a puppy would. Because they've been cheeky cunts, mouthy cunts, and try and humiliate me, so I humiliate them in the end. That's what I do with you, Tin. I'd slap you about just from one hand to another, like a little fucking, slap you over to the left, and slap you over to the right, and fucking rag you about like that, fucking throw you into something, rag you around like a bag of shite. It wouldn't last 10 seconds, you stupid little cunt. You would sit down. What you would do, a lot of them do. Come on, fighting. What they do, they shit themselves. What they do is they sit on the floor. They sit down on the floor so you can't hit them. They'll go, I'm sorry, I'll do that in the corner like that. I'm sorry. They start shaking like fuck. All that on the phone. You grab them. I've caught a few in the toilets over the years. And then he cock like that, I'm fucking bad about him. I'm doing the gear in here, blah, 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 all that shit. And I've got in, taxed them, took the gear off them, shouting their mouth off and took the money off them. What I wouldn't have done is, if they never shouted their mouth off, because it's the ones with the big mouths. Used to annoy me. I've got kids before, and I was like, you're doing here, the Smart Club, this. I owned the club, the Smart Club, this was called the Heaven Club. And the gypsies used to come in Darlow and other kids from Stockton that. And what I did is I got it and I got parachutes, no parachutes, put all the drops in. and I changed the lights to like a purple colour. So we went up the stairs, it was purple, and it was like being in heaven and hell. So you had heaven upstairs with all the parachutes all white and purple, and then up the very top you go, and then it'd have angels on the wall, and the floor was steel, like a metal floor, and all the steam would come up, and you could see all the steam, so it was like being in heaven. Then you go downstairs, you come in, had a big gap, like a big devil on the wall, like that. It was flashing, so the devil was like coming out these big chains. It looked like it was coming off. I got the college students to do it for us from the College of Education at Hartlepool. They come over. I still paid them. They did it for now, but I still give them 100 quid each at the end of it. And they did all the paintings on the wall for us. They did it all fucking marvellous it was. But it looked great. And then we had a real big chill out room. We had a chill out room downstairs. On the left hand side, at the very top, I had the Space Invaders and all the machines where you could play on. And then we had the fucking music, that bam, 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 that really loud. I used to do my head in that fucking acid music, what it was called. That used to drive me mental. I couldn't handle it. That bang, 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 the same beat all the way through. But the other music, I used to love dancing to it. I used to box to it and everything. When I used to train, with boxing, the music, because rave music's the best thing to box to. You're fucking throwing your shots. And you're going bang, 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 and you'll step back and move. And if somebody's in front, I'll go, come on, throw your shot, come on. We'll do that, and you're going from side to side, and you move there, and you go bang, bang, and you throw your shot over the top. Because then the music will come and go bang, bang, you hit the 2 shots with the noise. So you're dancing to the music, and it makes your hands feel fucking super fast. That's the best thing to boxing with rave music, the old stuff. But not the bam, 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 bam. That fucking shit used to drive me off the bend. I went to jail in 95. I went to jail in 95. That's when mine fucking stopped. I come out. I owned that club. It was called Brunswick Street. We owned that. And it's still there. You'll see the Heaven Club. It's called, if you put in Brunswick Street, Heaven Club, Stockton, you'll see that club there. And that red car outside, how skinny my brother. He used to have that. There was a little, I think it was a little Honda I bought him to run about in. It's outside there. We used to go in there. It was a good big Les Overhaft used to come in. He passed away. He used to come in and all the great lad was Gary Pallister. His nephew used to come in. He was a big lad. He played for the Billingham Bombers. Ice hockey. He was about 18 stone, about 6'4". He used to come in every night. Chubby Brown's son used to come in. He was from Stockton, where his son. He died. I think he died of a car crash. I think something. I used to pinch cars. He was a good kid. It's a double Chubby Brown, but I know Chubby from Redcar. His son from there as well. I know him. Man. Yeah, so they all used to come to my clubs, and then we had another club called Happy's. He owned the club Happy, but I got all the people in. My other friend Jimmy G-Force, DJ, my relation Kidder Bushby, who was with Al Chantel, got a kid too, a little nephew. They're good people. Norman used to be the doorman. We went to the door. Norman Bushby, he was a great doorman. I loved him a bit. And Kidder, that's his brother. They're all family to me. And I worked all them doors. I worked the best club was best rave club when I went there when I was 21. I went from Leo's to there was the Fillmore's, which was up the bank in Saltburn, and we used to go there. It was a fucking nightmare because what happened? You used to get 5 buses at the end of the night. What you do, you'd pay say £5 again, just say, and £2 for a bus. So because it was in the middle of nowhere in Saltburn. So you couldn't get buses back and down because the buses stopped at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So people would get then, you'd be in the club fighting with people, you put them out. Then they'd be stood waiting to get on the bus. And for fuck's sake, you've got about 15 lads you've been fighting. They're all getting on the bus you've been fighting with. If you're not going to cause any fucking trouble on here, and go on the bus, because if you do, you're not getting on. Oh, sorry. And you have to get on. And a few times they had fights with them on the bus. But yeah, you have to go on the bus after work, and you have to go on the fucking bus because you had to get a lift home. Because you had to do that was part of the job, waiting on the bus. I've never seen him never seen him on the buses. So we used to have like stagecoach buses, they were called. I think they were called stagecoach, the old-fashioned ones. Not like on the buses, but like, the old ones with the tartan in the seats, them type. So I used to go on the bus. It'd be like say 4 or 5 lads you've been fighting, and you'd be fighting to get on the fucking bus. From like Gisborough, Saltburn, places like that, to different areas would be. So you'd be on Gisborough bus, then you get one to Middlesbrough, and you get one to Stockton, maybe you might get one to whatever. So on the way there, we'd drop them off. So that's how they used to do it. So 50 people, that was £100 odd for that pays for the petrol for everyone. But you wouldn't have got them people there without the buses, because they wouldn't be able to get home. Because obviously you can't drink drive to come out, because that's what they said to council. So we'll give you the license, but you can't have people coming. So that's what they come out with that idea. Well, what we put the buses on for them, they were going to have 250, maybe 6 buses, I don't know, sometimes, but they'd get the bus home with a ticket out of the cloakroom. They get to put the coat in, pay to get in, and pay for the ticket for the coat. Coat was, say, £1, so maybe £8 or something. That was your coat looked after, and your bus ticket to go home would be the same one as what your coat was, and then you'd pay the money to get in the door. I still work with Steve Brad. He was a great boxer. He won the ABAs. Matty Joseph Turner, friends with him, really good lad from. He was from Gisborough, I think. Great lad. Worked on the door with them. They were old school. One will fight you 1-1. You get knocked out. They come shake your hand, never drink the next day. Not like shit houses like you, tinfoil, shit bag, a shit house, putting stupid comments on it like a little kid at the playground. My dog's bigger than yours. I've got a bigger cat than you. And that's what you are. You're just a little daft little boy in the playground. And everything you got to do, I'm going to make sure you don't get fucking down. I'm going to make sure everything stops. Every time you got to do, I'm going to get stopped. And the police can't do fuck all for me giving somebody the heads up, and a scumbag has ripped everyone off. How come there's all these people then from everywhere, all over the country, saying you've ripped them off for the books? How come the judge awarded me the disclosure and said you've ripped them off? You haven't paid him. So now you have to give Mr. Cockerill the disclosure. If I haven't done that, why don't you get the police on me for malicious communication? If these letters, what you say, are doctored, why don't you phone the court and get me done? That's what I did with you. I phoned the court and said, look, he's put a letter up there, Your Honour. I didn't phone him. I sent a letter in. I said, such and such. He's put the letter in saying he's won his court case. He's walked free. He went, none of the such. So he was charged for contempt of court for recording the court hearing on the telephone and putting it up on a video. And he went, because the courts were shut in England, which is the magistrate, he couldn't get no video. So what he done, the silly bastard, he went and recorded a court hearing off the telly. It was the Spanish flag was on it. So it was a Spanish courtroom. And they were going, the voices, and then they were going, my name's Jamie Doyle. They were going, Mr. Doyle, you're free to go. And they said, yeah, you heard that, I'm free to go. Yeah, you were, because that was the hearing. So the next hearing was the next one, because you were free to go that day, because on that day, you fucking little moron, you were told by the judge, Mr. Cockerill, you can't sue Walk Ride Public or Jamie Doyle or Rob Brenton because they haven't got a proper company. They're not in company's house, so therefore they're not a company. So therefore you can't sue them. So you had to amend it. So that's why I've got the letters where they've re-amended it to Walk Ride Publishing, Walk Ride Press, to Rubik's. So Rubik's was the new company. And even that's a fake company, because me and Marty went down to Yerby Bank on the way to Redcar. Me and Emma were called, knocked on the door, and the woman said, there's never been a publishing firm here ever. Said, this has been a farm for 500, 600, 700 years. Goes all the way back. My dad had it it's been our family for 300 years, and somebody else had it before us. We've lived here, we looked like about 80 odd year old. I said, I'm sorry to disturb you. And they were with it, he was lovely, but Marty'd already been there as well. And he found out that it was never ever a fucking company there. And guess what? Tinfoil it's on the way to Tinfoil's house, about 3 miles from Tinfoil's house. So they picked up bogus a place in an area, like a farm area where there's hardly any houses. So it looks like, nobody's going to go looking about for it there. And when we went there, because it's on the internet, Yerby Bank, there's no place, there's no buildings there, nothing. It's just a couple of houses, about 6 houses on the right. And on the left, my mate used to have it, Tom Petch used to have the house at the very top. And on the left-hand side, there's a farm there. And the woman said, no, there's never been a farm here. 700 years. So fucking lies again. Made up lies again. So the judge done him for contempt of court, because he made an explicit court recording, where you're not allowed to record anything in a court hearing or a courtroom, and you've done that. Don't forget to push the like buttons tonight, please. Very slow tonight on these like buttons, aren't there? We've got a silver bus double-decker. Cockerill, Leicester, yeah, clips from Orange Lasers Company done the lasers. Yeah, there was. I think that was we was 9. When I got the Eclipse, it was me, Don LaRoche, and Don LaRoche and Stevie Lloyd. They they put the money into it, but I did the security because they couldn't get anyone in. The same as them when they had it open, they only had 40 people the first night. It was not even that, I think 20 people. So I said I can get everyone from all over the country. I said, but I want to do the little things in here, and I'll control the door. So I got all the control of the door and all the little things. I was paying £3. I was paying £7, and I was giving them up for 15. I was getting £8 back. They were selling for 20. So it was phenomenal. So you sell 10 of them, it's like £80 for 10. People fucking work all week for that then in them days. So you sell 1,000, it's £80,000. Do you know what I mean? Fucking 1,000, no problem. Used to be 3,000 people in there. It was fucking shocker. And then we had the other one, was the Coliseum. Then we had the fucking Manhattan's, which is the powerhouse, which was Happy and his brother. They owned that, but I had all the E in there. They used to work at the door there, the body, Mr. Britain. I'd go in and give them like 2 each or something. It only costed me fucking a couple of quid. And then instead of running the door, you'd make £2 off the doorman. You were getting an E. You were getting them for like say £5, getting them for £7. Sorry, you sell them for 15, making £8, and they were selling for 20, they were making £5. So you're making 50, you're making £8 fucking pound for one, where you'd have to have 4 doormen on for that. So one of them doormen could have a night off. You'd have to fucking run about looking for doors out. That's why I stopped doing the doors. I had about 140 doormen, and in the end I stopped because it was just too much stress. I thought, let's fucking somebody else run the doors. I can't be bothered. And then you can give the doorman, because the doorman used to sell the things for us in the club. I'd give them to them as well, so they'd make a few quid as well. But I used to go and meet Peter O. We've always been there with Peter O. Great lad. Big Richie Horsley, Vulture, lads from Hartlepool, all used to come with us. Little Mally's gone now, passed away. Goosey, all them used to come to me. It was packed. Mark Davison from from Durham, he used to come. Lads from the Woodies and that used to come. David and that, he's Tracy, great girl, great lad. They used to come through. All the lads Stockton, all from Garby, and all the people from Hartlepool and Stockton. I knew every fucker, and everyone knew me. So we've never had a problem. A couple of people tried to come and try and take the club off me, and ended up coming back and destroying them. And then the police shut the fucker down. So then we had to get another one. So that's why we got the one next door called the Heaven Club, but never took off because they had the better club, which was the Coliseum that was already established. But a lot of people were scared of me as well then because of who I was. You know, my reputation was like massive. But I used to do Darlington as well. I used to go over there and do the raves. But we also had one called the Grangetown Rave. If you go on the Grangetown Rave, you can hear them shouting on that. At the front, at the back, Big Bride's coming on like hard, Rush coming on like hard. And there's another one in the Coliseum, in the powerhouse. And he's going, Big Bride Cockerill's in the house. Big Bride's in the house tonight. And shouting all these things. That's Jimmy G-Force. Jimmy's a great lad. I'm thinking of doing another rave club. You know, once every couple of months. Just want to get better. I'm thinking of doing the raves. The cops are like, oh, not fucking again. Cops are fucking like, oh, no, please, not again. I used to come in, we're in the Grangetown Rave. It was a boxing fucking gym. Grangetown, roughest fucking place in the whole of Great Britain. Per person, more people were getting killed there than anywhere in Great Britain. Western Scotland, anywhere. Fucking really bad. More killed there than anywhere. So we're in there, and there's a good one there, the Grangetown Rave. If you put it on, you'll hear them shouting things out and that. We went in there, and the cops come in one night, and they went, all right, Brian. I went, all right. And the cops were all right with us. They held about 500 people, something like that, 300-400 people. But we used to have a great lad. Kev Ireland used to run it. They ended up running him over, the bastards. He's lost both his legs now. Ran him over and chopped him up with machetes. Great lad. He fought for England. Fucking brilliant lad. Chopped him to pieces, cunts. But I had all them places boxed off. I had every fucking way. I had all the Redcliffe boxed off. I had Saltburn boxed off. I even had Lingdale, Loftus, Broughton, all the little villages like Skelton and all them. I would allegedly have 200E in Loftus on a Friday and Saturday night. 200E sold in that area because they'd all go back to the house and take the E. So I'd have people up there selling it everywhere. I'm not joking. I was like, it was raining ecstasy every fucking where. All the Hartlepool boxed off everywhere. I'm not joking. Every single place I had boxed off. Places in Darlington, places in Sunderland, places in Newcastle, and every fucking where. Places in York, Bridlington. Used to get them off the lads from Bridgington. They were good lads. Doncaster, lads from Bradford, worked with them. Yeah, worked with every cunt. But I never ripped anyone off. I always paid them up. I used to pay them first. I'd never pay them up front. If somebody said to me, I can get you them for like, say, £5, I'd rather pay £6 and have them brought to where I live in my area and pay the £6,000. So you pay, say, it costs you £6,000. I'd rather pay the extra £1,000. Because if you get caught in that motorway with like 100 grand with the gear, you've got to pay 100 grand back. If they get caught, they've got to pay it. So I'd rather pay that extra grand to someone to bring it through than get caught with £100,000 worth of stuff and then think, fuck, I've got to pay 100 grand here now. So I'd rather pay, even if it costs me £5,000, I'd rather pay £5,000 to somebody to bring it through. If they get caught with it, you don't have to pay for it. So if you get caught with your own stuff, their stuff, you still have to pay them. You're fucked. You're working with biker gangs, what I was working with, massive gangs. They just fucking kill you. They don't give a fuck. They just chop you the fucking piece, shooting you. Absolute crazy cunts, yeah. And that's the type of people that was working with top motorbike gangs and things like that from all over the country. Really big, powerful people. But these daft little cunts around here, like tinfoil, all these people, the gangs, that biker gangs, that body phoned me and said, "Do you want us to take care of this business?" I'd people from London, Manchester, from Birmingham, Oxfordshire. I've had people from fucking Kent. I've had people from all over the place, Essex, everywhere, phone me up, want to work like this cunt out. I said, no, just let him just keep doing what he's doing. He just looks like a daft little cunt. A little smelly tramp and walking the streets. Stinks of piss. Hasn't got a fucking rap. I've even got a house to go to. I'm an old man. I'm still in my house. I'm still here with all you fucking little scruffy cunts to put my windows through. I'll see this old saying, the old thing. My mum always says to me, Dad, it always comes out in the wash. And it will come out in the wash because I've never ever lost. I've never lost a fucking war in my life. Never. So you've never had one, you silly little cunt. You haven't had nothing yet. Nothing's happened to you yet. It's going to happen to you. I'm telling you now. You can't keep what you've done to a lot of people. People don't know. A lot of people don't know. But what you've done to a lot of people. What you've ripped off and you've took the piss out of them. You call people kids spackers and retards and all that behind the doors like Dale Brendan Hyde. Tortured that man for fucking 6 years, call him a paedophile, a rapist, a nonce, Roman, this, that, and the other. You tortured Marty Turner. You've done it over and over. It's the same MO every time. Everyone can see it's you. That's why all these people in here believe everything I say. Nobody believes a word you say now. But you're a crank. Good free raves were good. Yeah. I never ever had a rave outside, mate. I couldn't function outside in the day. Like when it was like, I used to go to the 4 o'clock in the morning shop. I used to run the shop. I used to have it off. I had all them. It was like Monopoly. I had all the fucking shops boxed off as well, paper shops and everything. So I get all them free bits and bobs, and I go there and I get the Bacardi and Coke I'd have in there to come down at the end like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I drink that Bacardi and Coke to get out the 4 o'clock shop on Durham Road. And it was only me could get it. Nobody else could go in there and get it because you're not allowed to sell at that time. Early hours of the morning, like Sunday morning. But I knew the owners of the shop. I used to run all the shops for them and the post office for them. The Chinese shop, Indian shop, kebab shop, the fish shop. Okay, I had everything boxed off. I had all the little shops everywhere, little yellow posters up everywhere. Cockerill security, protect these premises 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I never ever got broken. Not one place got broken. One window got smashed. You seen that on the documentary. The lad paid for it in a couple of hours. And his mum come to me and said, "Give him a good shouting." I screamed and shouted at him on the doorstep. And he went back to the man. And the man gave him a fucking job. The man went to the phone shop where he smashed the phone. He smashed the window. I tried to pinch him out the out shop. That man gave him a job. He worked the £50 off. And then he said to him, I said, what would you like? So I went and seen his mum again, seen him. He went, "Oh, thank you. He's given me a full-time job." So he ended up getting a full-time job out of it. So that story that's in the McIntyre one, where you see me, where the kids, he said, I phoned Brian. So I phoned the police. Couldn't do nothing. I phoned Brian within 20 minutes. It was all sorted. He's just the one. You phone him and it's sorted. Police won't do nothing. £3 for £4. What's what you're on about now? Who's going on about now? Spent wildly. 2000 sell 20 15 back in the day. You spent a while. Well, I fucking spent. I just give people money. I'll give people money for fuck all. I've got what it is for you, so I've got to go Monday and try and get some money off the door because I've got no shoes for the kids. I'm like, well, how much do you need? £200. I said, well, yeah. There's your money for the kids' shoes. I can't take that. I said, you've got it in your hand, take it, that's it. Just give people, I didn't even fucking know them. But at a party, somebody said, oh, sit in touch with my dad's dad. Got to go and see him. I can't afford to get a taxi there. I say, yeah, there's money for the taxi, go and pay it. People will tell you, anyone will tell you, like the Bram and all them, they'll all tell you, Kev Kilty tell you, I used to fucking pay for people's mortgages and all sorts, pay for them. Yeah, the thing is, when you're from a council estate, you've had nothing. You don't value money because you're not brought up that. When you're brought up like people who've had money and they work for it and they get it, they like to keep it. The greedy country, posh people. What people on the council, it's like seem to share money with their friends to have help, and the guys to give me £150 every week, £600 a month, pay for all the bills, the mortgage and all sorts, pay for the telly and everything, pay for all the gas, electric, the lot. Because you want to do that because it's your man. But you get people like me, you just waste it all, millions of fucking pounds to give away, like fucking spent and give away. But I had a great time. I thought, you can't live forever, you can't take it with you. If you're only having £5 million in the bank, it's fucking try to give it away to people than fucking have it. You're only going to die and leave it, so the fucking government take it off you. You always help people who had nothing. Yeah. It's no use having money now, you can't. It's the same as cars now. You've got to top the range car, well, where have you got the money from that? If you can't produce documentation or money where you've got it from, they take the 10 grand car off you, and then they fucking get the HMK's customs on you and charge you, and you get done for not paying the tax and that. So then you get the car took off you, and then you have to pay the tax. The car say 10 grand, they say, right, we want the 10 grand. I've got the 10 grand from, then they want the money for the car, take the car if it's proceeds of crime, and then they say, right, the car's 10 grand plus the tax on top of that. I'll make up fine £2 million. Then I said, right, this and this and this and this and this. I said, right, well, the £2 million, we want the tax off that as well. So you had to pay, I can't remember what it was, maybe 100 grand or something you had to pay. If he didn't, he was going to get another 2 or 3 years. He was only 3 months to go. So if you don't pay it in 3 months, you're going to get another 2 years. So he had to pay it. One of the travelling lads. £2 million they took off him. He had to pay the fucking tax on the £2 million, what the assets they had. You can't do it no more, it's gone. You can't do it. Them days of fucking having money, you can't do it. You're better off learning a trade, working for a living, and just do and get out of bed in the morning and get a nice little job, because you don't have the place that you don't now. And you don't fucking turn up to there now. That's it to me. If it's me, they'll come fucking 20 under, 30 under. Look at that, 17 police come to my house. Paralysed, fucking can't walk hardly. Tinfoil, phones them, within 40 minutes they're at my house. Emma phones them, 18 days later, turn up. 18 days later, then they pull him in and say, can we have a word with you? Oh, she's a fucking crank. She's just a big, fat, smelly cunt. She stinks of piss air. She's a smelly cunt. Big, fat, smelly cunt. She got, even had her kids took off her. Her own kids got took off her, this person you're talking about, because he was taking shit in front of the kids, and the kids got Christmas Day. I've got the text, Shelly. Don't fucking push me, because I'll put the lot up. I've got the fucking lot. Help me. He's bullying me, my son. He's bullying me, Jameson. Help us. That's what you said me. Christmas Day. And you did the same on the fucking night when we were at the do, when he was fucking off. He said, oh, don't tell me he's off his head on drugs, and ruined it again. He just can't stop the drugs. He just can't. He's like, just like his dad, a bully, a woman bullier like his dad, and it all comes from his dad. He said he's a bully like his dad. And then you fucking turn and ask us for help. We got you the £500 for your fucking mortgage. Then you turn on us again. Shirley wanting more fucking money, you pig. Fat fucking pig. Shirley Crabtree, stop telling lies. You're a fucking compulsive liar. Piggy eyes. Go and get your pie yet. With your fucking wife, husband, a loser. Hasn't got a fucking carrot to scratch his ass. He hasn't even got a house. You lived in a shithole in the middle of nowhere in a fucking council estate. That's where you're at. Stop pretending you're in a big posh house somewhere. You're full of shit. You haven't got a fucking bean to scratch your ass with, and you stole all the money off the dole. Why don't you report me to the dole? Why don't you report me to the police? I'm lying about the dole then. Go on, Charlie. 3 Bellingate, Pontefract, Robert Brenton sent you £12,000 and £3,000 on another occasion off the Lee Duffy book. That was 15 grand. Yous went then, but the 3,000 can all be traced. Everything I'm talking about can all be traced, called the paper trail. Can all be traced. The £3,000 you put on was off Lee Duffy's book, The Whole of the Moon, I think it was called. And you got 3 grand, you went and put it down there, a down payment on the house, Selby Crescent, where you were living. That's where you live, Selby Crescent. That's where the money was paid to that house. So they can check that, the fucking door, and find out. And also on the tape recording, you pretended you got the money and you paid Tyson Fury, Tommy Fury, Ricky Hatton, Tony Bellew, and what was the other one? I think it was 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12 and a half grand. And he said, well, we live £500. He said, well, I got that for the hotel. When he was asked what hotel he put them in, he said, I forgot. When they said, well, where's the receipts off them for tax rebate for the £15,000? He said, oh, we weren't bothered about that. What, you're not bothered about £15,000? Well, you must be making good money. He said, why are you claiming dull money then if you're not bothered about £15,000? So the bloke had got him on tape recordings. I'm on the tape recording, you're on it. The woman was on it, and the fraud squad were on it. They had you in the door, Middlesbrough door office had you in because you were claiming in Northallerton. You got caught in Northallerton, so you moved to Selby Crescent, Stokesley. You got caught in Selby Crescent. You had to go. I took you in a little car with Bobby. We took you in there, went in the office. We had to wait an hour. They were an hour late, and we got there. We spoke to them in the back room, and they shut the thing and said, right, as of now, you're under arrest because what you've done, you haven't given us a change of circumstances. When there's a change of circumstances, any money comes into your bank, you've got to let us know. You've had £15,000 and £1,000 every first or second of the month for 12 months in a row. And 3 months before that, you got £3,000, which is £15,000. What do you say about that? Oh, well, what it was, Rob Brent gave me it because I'm a boxing enthusiast. And I interviewed people, so I interviewed Tyson Fury. So can I stop you there? Well, Tyson Fury was on a contract with the BBC, and he couldn't do any interviews with anyone else, only them, and they paid him £1 million. He did 2 interviews, and it was for the £1 million. 6 months later, another £1 million, and that was the BBC one. Why would he break that contract? Why would you, how would you know him to walk up the street and, oh, I used to train with Ricky Hatton? You've never even known. I know a lad who's Dale's friend. He phoned Ricky Hatton for me. He's a little half-caste lad, black lad, Pakistani lad, and he does all the mixed martial arts. He used to train with Ricky Hatton. He's been in the same school. He used to train in the same gym. So I asked him, he came in, he's a thing on my back called coupling. He's from Wakefield. And I did the coupling where they draw the blood out your back with them little cup things that they put on it. Really good. And he was telling me all about Ricky Hatton and went how he trained with him and all that stuff. He said he's never met the Fury. He's full of lies, made up. It's all made up. That was just to tell the doll load of shit. Then you come on with now just taxman just saved me 15 grand. I looked at him, I thought, you've lied all the way through this and made me look a cunt. Well, push the like buttons, guys, please. Jimmy B, sell them thousands, not singles. Yeah, but when you sell them in singles, you make a lot more money. I used to do thousands myself, but what I used to do, I used to not do that because I would never sell any more than 50 to someone, and they'd all be the same price, 15 quid. If you start selling for like cheaper, they go down, you lose so much money. So I'd get mine for say 7 quid, I'd sell them for 15. Even if you got 50, or if you got 100, it's still 15 quid. So I would never let them go up. So I wouldn't go and tell, because you bought 5,000, I'll give him for 5 grand. It's crazy to do it like that. So I wouldn't do it like that. So I I monopolised it all because nobody else could get them. You see, I had it all broke down. So I'd make £8 on every one. So if I did 10,000, it'd be £8,000. Well, if I started giving them for like say 4 quid and 5, you lose the fortune. So I just monopolised it like that. But they were still making their money. They were still making like 7 quid. I think they were making 7 quid, which if they were doing 100, £700 wages, fucking phenomenal wages. So that's what I started doing. I used to do 100. I used to get 100 off my mates. I'd go out and I'd sell for 12 quid, 15 quid. I'd make £1,500 off like 100. We used to go to like clubs all over, like Darlington, not the same place, different clubs all the time. We'd go out with someone to keep it. And then we'd go and give it a girl to keep. And then the girl would keep the money. And then you've got your car. So if they got your car, there's no gear in it, there's no money. But the girl you've got who's a friend of someone, say it was Emma's friend, they'd put it in their car and then you go home and you just get the gear off them, like the money off them and the stuff, and say, you take the gear home, I'll get it tomorrow. Because you could trust that person, because you paid them to work for you. Then they'd have that Friday and Saturday for you, and on the Sunday you take home yourself, because there would be no cops about then. It'd be all closed down, it'd be all shut, everyone be in bed knackered on the Sunday. And getting up for Monday to go to work. But if you start selling it like, say, oh, what if I get 1,000? Then what they do then, the ones you've got doing, say, getting 10s and 20 off you, they'll start giving it to them cheaper. If they start getting it cheaper, then they all want it fucking cheaper, so it just fucks the whole business up. And that's how you don't make as much money. It's not great, it's just business. You start giving them for £5, you're losing fucking, you think, wait a minute, I was making £8, I'm only making fucking £3 now. So you're losing, so it's not worth doing it. So keep them at the same price. You make an £8 one. You make an £8, sorry. And they're still making their money, they're still making like fucking £7 off every one. Still £700 off 100. The money was on the most money was on the door. Come in. It was £10 to get in on a Friday, £10 on a Friday, and 15 on a Saturday. 2,000 people on a Friday, £20,000. 2,000 on a fucking thingy. There's 40,000, 50,000 pounds on the door of the weekend. People think we're making it up, but believe me, run rate, you know yourself. That's the money that was getting made, and you know then the money was a lot easier, because you have dodgy trainees, dodgy coats, baghouse coats, fucking dodgy fucking insurance certificates, dodgy fucking cars, fucking everything. You'd have all sorts of different things, clothes, furniture, fucking tables and chairs, fucking coats, hats, everything you could get dodgy from China and all them places and sell it. Alcohol, spirits, you got everything cheap. And you could, like Del Boy, you could sell all sorts with them TV program, Del Boy. That's exactly what it was like. But we were in a bigger way than them there when they were near. But that's what it was like, even on council stage. People would be on the council stage. Oh, go to Sid's, he does the coats. Oh, you got any Berghaus? I got 1,000 Berghaus coats. I sold them all in about 4 or 5 days. And someone got one who was like, who did all the mountaineering stuff. And he got my coat, he went away, he come back about 5 hours later. He said, I put the one I paid £400 for, I put it in the shower, and within an hour and 20 minutes, the water come through it. I put yours in for 4 hours. It took 4 hours for the water to come through, so the copy was better than the original. Fucking mad. But the people who make the originals make the copies. The people who make the copy trainees make the original trainees. It's the fucking Adidas and all them and fucking Nike, all them. They're the ones who rob you. It's not the people who make them in China and India and all them places. It's the fucking government who rob you. Same as the petrol, and you only make 2 pence. You have 2 pence, 3 pence for a gallon of petrol. That's all they make, the petrol stations. They make the rest, all goes to the government. Cigarettes. My sister used to do the cigarettes. Should you make 2 pence a packet? For 25, you make 2 pence a pack. That's all you get. Same as the gas and electric. When you go and you put the gas and electric in, you don't make it out. The gas board don't give you a penny. All the electric board, you could put £20 gas on. The shop doesn't make nothing. Goes straight to the fucking government. Again, they keep every single bit of it, 100% gas, 100% electric. Well, what they say is because people are coming in to put the gas on electric, they might buy fags. Don't fire rockets out of the car. Don't fire rockets out of the car. Right, I'm going to shout. My eyes are stinging. It's another 2 hours. Something to eat. I'm starving. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget to push the like button to anyone who hasn't watched it. Is that off? I don't start this fucking shiny again. That was good. Yes. Thank you, folks.